Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm bringing him down!
Report, sir.
It's the white! Come on! Let's go, Bahamas!
That's report.
Let's fucking go!
You gotta put this.
Let's go!
All praises to the Most High YAHAWAH, the Heavenly Father, name of the Holy Spirit, the Earthly Mother, sanctifying YAHAWAH, the Holy Son. Brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, welcome. This is your humble servant, Biglevi, and today is Monday, October the 11th, 2021, and it's currently 9:05 a.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Beloved, what you're about to witness here, what you're witnessing here, it's called Esau's trouble. There will be no Jacob's trouble. This is the Gentiles' tribulation and the freaking unrepented two-thirds. And of course, the two-thirds are expendable. This guy that doing this here, this is the son of the Lord. This is the son of the Most High. He's doing the job of the Most High. And that guy name is Michael. You can't make that up. This guy name is Michael. You cannot make this up, brothers. Okay? Beloved, be at peace. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace. The Most High is in the midst. Psalm 37, verse 37. Okay? Jeremiah 17, verse 7. We must be at peace to vibrate it. We are causing this by our prayers, fasting, and hold on to our power, the Most High Himself. Beloved, we are going to go through this. As today is, I think it's Columbus Day, Thanksgiving, Canada. Today is Columbus Day in Canada. I believe that every country have their own Columbus Days. Apparently, this guy is the one that discovered everything, all the lies. So what you're seeing here, brothers, we got multiple. I have so many videos, brethren. I choose, so to speak, the best of the best. I don't even watch them. Again, like I said, I haven't even watched this video. So I just, thank you to the beloved brother over there in the Bahamas that sent us this. I received multiple sources that sent us this video, and we have it here. But the reason why we really don't want to use this, because they have social media things in there. And let me see. Oh boy, really?
I'm in a bulletproof vest.
Okay.
But motherfucker.
So when they have social media stuff, you can see the people name, account, and stuff like that. We really don't want to do this. You know, we will profile this, though. We will profile this, but this one has none of it, and then it's good, because sometimes, you know, people always like, you know, when you put the information out there, it's on YouTube, it doesn't look too good. But, you know, people have to understand, when you put something on social media, online, public, it's public. So, you know, I would tell the brother, thank you very much for sending us this thing. It's no coincidence this happening. Now, brethren, what you're witnessing here, this is happening in the Bahamas. Wherever 8K we have in the Bahamas right now is giving them hell. The 8K in the Bahamas, you guys are doing a great job for the Most High, man. You guys are doing a great job, man. The 8K around the world, when we are praying, wherever whose 8K is now, I know our beloved sister Ann Derville and all her family and all the others are there in the Bahamas right now. You people are giving them hell. This is spiritual warfare, and then those people are catching hell. This guy right there, what you're going to witness, this is not him, okay? And listen close to what he's saying. Brothers, we got a lot to go, okay? Hopefully I don't be interrupted and stuff. I got to do the prayer, which you already watch. Anyway, let us watch all the way through and then watch through the Holy Spirit. Okay, 1492. No more. Okay. This is supposed to be a government building, brothers. Okay, I don't even know why the Christopher Columbus statue is right in front of a government building in the Bahamas. You know, so
I'm bringing him down.
I'm bringing him down. So this is Michael screaming with a hammer and his hand. And some people already petitioned. They say take the statue out and then put the statue of this guy Michael with a hammer in his hand. Michael is screaming with a hammer in his hand, breaking Christopher Columbus' legs. Okay? He's breaking the feet. Why? Because he landed here. This is the Most High officially taking those. He said, I'm about to rape you people of this land. Your filthy, dirty feet that you put in my holy land, I'm going to take you off. Because he did, and his people landed in the Bahamas, the holy land over there. Okay? All right, he's hitting the leg.
Come on. Let's go, Bahamas.
Let's go, Bahamas.
Let's go. I used to live on my husband road to a boat. Let's motherfucking go.
Let's go.
Let's go, Bahamas. You was a bitch, man.
That's right.
Nigga.
Yes.
You destroyed this land.
You destroyed.
Come and take this bitch land.
Of course. Please, brethren, don't be emailing me about like those people were cursing and you have children. I have to do something. That has nothing to do with me. Please don't be telling me I'm reprobate's mind, why I'm playing this. This is not stuff. I have nothing to do with that. And it's a shame that I have to say this. It's a shame that you always have to tell parents how to taking care of their children, how to do this. This is war. This is what that is. Okay, there's nothing I can do about this. I cannot edit this. I cannot do anything. All I can do is play it the way that it is. Please keep your silly little email for yourself. I don't want to hear about this garbage.
What?
I said these things. Where he is? Where he is? Where he is? Huh? I hear you. Go and see more. Go and see more. Wait. I get more from. I said you get you back. Hurry. Walk it. I got it. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go.
Okay, he had an hammer. He's breaking the feet first. All right.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Bahamas. Let's go.
Let's go, Bahamas.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go, Bahamas. Let's go.
Okay, it's taking Christopher
Let's go.
Columbus
Let's go,
down.
Bahamas. Let's go. Let's go. Shit. Ah! More acid, bro.
Okay, they weren't supposed to have a guard over there. This is a government building. Somehow there ain't nobody there. Okay, there ain't nobody there, and this guy just went over there, and then he break Christopher Columbus' feet, and he break his hand. He break the whole statue. He brought a bunch of things down, and there ain't nobody there. There ain't no officer there. There is a reason for that. Okay, this is all the Most High doing. All right. All right. So it took this dude a while to be there to do this, and then nobody could not stop him. Okay, look at this. Okay, he break his feet. He could have.
Make sure that don't fall on you, bro.
Okay, he break his feet first. All right.
Okay, heavy thing.
He break his feet. Michael break the feet of Christopher Columbus because he put his filthy feet on our land. And then the Most High is taking him out. Okay, break the hand. He has no power. How many times, beloved brothers and sisters, we see when things like that happen, the Most High always took their hands out, took their feet, their hands out. That means like they have no power. You know what that is? He dismantled and he dissolved the statue. That's what that is, brothers. This is the fast. Dismantle, dissolve, disband, and dissolve. That's what that is. Okay? All right? He break their hand, he break their feet, break the other feet. All right? And then nobody came in. Nobody there. We got people filming.
That's right, boy. We taking this back. That's right. I'm Michael the Archangel. And I come to tell you, we can fuck this up. That's right.
Listen to, brothers, I'm not making this up. I am not making this up, brothers. Listen to what the guy just said. Listen, brothers. I want you to listen to this. Listen to what the guy just said. Listen to him, okay?
That's right, boy. We taking this back. That's right. I'm Michael the Archangel. And I come to tell you, we can fuck this up.
We taking this back. I am Michael, the Archangel. We coming to take this back. All praises to the Most High, man. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, beloved brothers and sisters. Is that thing even recording right now? Is it recording? Beloved, can you make that up? Jews, Gentiles alike, can you make this up right there? Can you make this up? This dude literally told you, I am the Archangel Michael. And I come to listen. Let's listen to this again. Because people always think like when we said Michael is in the midst, we are in step number 10. And you people gonna catch a lot of hell. And then you try to, you so-called Christians are very crafty, man. You so-called priesthood are very crafty. You are pushing that vaccine garbage out there as if that's the biggest deal going on out there. We know you're making that thing up, try to fit prophecy. We know that you cannot control anything. We know that like everything that you are doing, you are losing. You don't want the people to see this. Listen, beloved brothers and sisters, this is deep right there, okay?
That's right, boy.
That's right, boy.
We taking this back.
We're taking
That's
this
right.
back.
I'm Michael the Archangel.
I am Michael the Archangel. I am Michael the Archangel.
And I come to tell you,
And I'm come to tell all of you,
we can fuck this up.
we're going to mess this thing up. We're going to F this thing up, brothers. This is coming straight out of the Most High's mouth right there.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right, boy.
That's right, boy.
Back.
We're taking back. That's right. But brethren, I am not making this up. The dude literally out of his own. Listen, this thing are not happening like 15, 20 days ago. Those are happening like this was happening. This happened like a couple of days ago, October 9th in the Bahamas. And today is Christopher Day, Columbus Day. The brother sent us the video the same day. And then now we are profiling it. The Archangel Michael literally come here and told you he's going to F these things up. What else proof you need, man? If this isn't the Most High, beloved brothers and sisters, I don't know who that is. If this isn't the Most High, if this isn't the Most High in the midst, if this is not Esau's trouble, I don't know who that is. This guy is not breaking the feet of one of the black leaders. I know a lot of people have problem with Martin Luther King or Malcolm X because they get the wrong information about the brothers. I told you the brothers were co-op. Their message was Swagger Jack and co-op. Okay, he's not breaking feet of one of those guys. He's not breaking feet of Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Okay, the leader of the Haitian Revolution, the Haitian Revolution Christ. Okay, a leader, a savior. He's not breaking the feet of John Horse. Okay, Ned Turner. All right. He's breaking the feet of Christopher Columbus and breaking their hands. And he said, I am the Archangel Michael. And I come to tell you, we're taking this age up. We're going to tear it up. This is what that is, brothers. We cannot try to make this into something else. This is what this is. Let's listen.
That's what my husband wrote dream about.
Okay, listen again.
Right. That's right, boy. And I come to tell you all, yes, Bob. That's right. I's Michael the Archangel. And I come to tell you all, we can fuck this up. That's right. That's right, boy. Be back. Be back. That's who my husband wrote dream about. Michael the Archangel. That's right.
All right. I'm the Archangel Michael. I am the Archangel Michael. I come to take this up, to do this posting for picture. Like Michael, proudly posting there. Okay. Again, beloved, this guy and the spirit, he's not a two-third. This is a warrior. The spirit come over him and he's destroying this. Again, the two-third brothers, they are very peculiar people. You gotta love and hate the two-third at the same time. The two-thirds are giving them hell out there. Yep. The two-thirds are giving them hell. Okay? All praises, man. You can't make this up, man. A lot of people think like we're trying to make this up. They're trying like, oh, you're trying to force things. We're not forcing anything here, man. All right? The feet. Breaking the feet of Christopher Columbus. All right? I'm gonna see if this video can be at least like 2 hours, 2-3 hours, because there's so much going on. All right. And you can see this, brothers. This guy, he has a he has a spirit upon him. Okay, no person in their normal mind will do something like this, but he did. Okay, he did. And the people were there. They did not interfere, okay, because something was holding them back. Well, yet they hold the phone vertically anyway. So, and then this guy's over there breaking the legs, the feet of Christopher Columbus. He break the feet. Okay. So you see the people are cheering him up. You're almost there, dude. You're almost there. All praises. Shout outs to the Bahamian down there. Shout outs to the Bahamian, man. Those guys, they didn't interfere because this is an act of God. All praises. All right. This is to be a government building, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And the guy, he break the legs of Christopher Columbus. He break their hand. Okay. Say, I am the Archangel Michael. I came to tell you, we are going to F this thing up. Fair warnings. Fair warnings.
Please be witness of this spirit. Be witness.
All right. Okay, this dude. All right, this is a part of the video. Let's watch the part that the brother sent us, because there are so many people out there that's sending. It's all over, brothers. Okay. Okay, so now that's the police came in. See, this guy, the police came in. They seems. Let me see. Let me just put this right here. Let me take this out. You know what? Let me keep this. Let me keep this. This part is too beautiful. Okay, so the police came in. Look at how the police dress, brethren. It seems like those guys just wake up out of bed and they just throw their uniform in. You know, they just this guy's still putting his clothes on.
Let's go. So lock me up. I spent the archangel to find out when the Illuminati come to take me up. So why you come lock me up?
Okay, I am the archangel Michael, and then the Illuminati coming over there and take me up. Come on, let's go. Okay. Bahamas, you already?
Ready, Bahamas?
He had a bulletproof vest.
I's the man, man.
Just let them take you, but don't fight.
No resistance. I'm with you. There's no resistance. There's no resistance.
There's no resistance. Okay, he didn't resist them. Okay, and the cops weren't no threat to him too, and they saw that he's no threat. They just walk up onto him, and they didn't draw. I don't see them drawing any weapons towards him. They probably have weapons, but you know, they didn't shoot this guy down. We know if it was here, this guy would already been dead. Karens would have been all over the place, especially our own people. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Okay.
It's all crazy as fuck. No. Just keep watching. Just God. Just God. God is a
All right. And this guy, they can't even arrest the dude. They can't even arrest that guy. He just literally give up. And they're having difficulties of taking this guy in. Okay. Those are supposed to be tourists. Okay, you can see the cannon right there. There's a giant cannon here. All praises. Yes. Come on, man. That's unnecessary. Okay.
These niggas just go.
That's the security.
This nigga
guard.
about to lose his job.
That's the security guard right there. He just came out like he's like the security guard just came out. But can you imagine this? Oh, this guy, you're going to lose. Like, what the hell? You're gonna lose your job.
What, they wasn't here? I thought these niggas wasn't here, boy. Wait, we was in the office basically, and your boy gone. All I hear is a bunch of banging. I hear a bunch of clapping, and then I say, "Boy, who yelling like that?" So we come out the office, and you see your boy taking at arms himself. And that's basically the story. We thought defense force was in there. This man, he take the biggest L.
that dude take the giant L, man, a massive L, man. Because the angel hold him back, man. I believe Gabriel hold that guy back.
Man came in a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, he had a bulletproof vest. Gabriel hold him back because that's what Gabriel does. He hold people back. You know, when you're about to do something, Gabriel in the midst and then tell you to sit down. Okay, that was too dangerous. Okay. All praises to the Most High, man. You can't make that up, brethren. You can't make this up. The guy literally come over there. He told you his name. I am the Archangel Michael, and I come to F this thing up. You know? I'm coming to F this thing up.
Just be gone right there. Bro, make sure that don't fall on you.
Let me see.
And I come to tell you,
Okay.
we can fuck this up.
All right, listen.
I's Michael the Archangel. And I come to tell you, we can fuck this up. That's
We going to F this up. You can't make that up. You can't make that. People think we are joking. People think the Most High is playing all those things. Oh man, that's nothing. That's like stuff. Let me see if I can find this chart right there. Give me a second. There you go. We already went into this. Okay. This is when the Most High was beaming thing into our head. Okay. Raphael was step number 8. That's to be at peace. That was the first announcement we got. Okay, step number 9 was Gabriel. We get Raphael through the Dundon Childs, okay, through the video. That's when the Most High says healing the nation. And step number 9, we get this from Gabriel, was in step number 9 when the monolith was landing all over in Utah and things like that. Okay, Utah was marked for destruction. And when you're going to see, we got some Utah video here, you're going to see the whole thing happen in Utah. The whole Gabriel. Again, brothers, we are not making this up. Gabriel was step number 9 when it was when the monolith landed over there in Utah. Okay, the metal menhir, we call them menhir. So when the menhir landed in Utah, look what happened in Utah. Petito, or Gabriel Petito in Utah, Moab, Utah. Again, the Archangel Gabriel said Utah is marked for destruction. Okay, the entire world, and the next thing you know, Gabriel landing around the entire world. They're trying to make this look, oh, this is fake. They got riveted in it. Human make this. We don't. That's not the point. The point is the Archangel Gabriel was there, and he told you. Gabriel always announced destruction. Gabriel was the one with Raphael and Michael that went to Genesis 18. We went into the whole thing that told Abraham that Sodom and Gomorrah was about to destroy. And then this happened. And then step number 9 was Gabriel. And then in the video, we say the step number 10 will be Michael. And we are definitely here. Then after that, when step number 10 is fulfilled and closed, and we're back in step number 1. Okay, Eden, the everlasting light. We are back on step number 1, Eden, which was by Metatron, Raziel, Tefariel, all of that. And then now we're on the final step. Okay, everything is being birthed now. We Virgin, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. We give the Most High praises, glory for everything, beloved. Let us keep on moving. We already met the Archangel Michael. Now, why all of this is happening, beloved? This is happening because the contract is over. It is done. Genesis 15 verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. 16:19, 2019. Indeed, we serve our 400 years. And because this is complete, because the 400 years complete, and then Bosai say, and after that 400 years, and also that nation, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and the heavenly Father's judging you. The Archangel Michael is in the midst. Michael came in telling you straight up, he's the Archangel Michael. He's coming to F this thing up. And you think this is a joke? We'll see. You think all those messages were passing by? We'll see. That is why I kept the people out there. Keep your freaking mouth shut. When you see the people, the servant of the Lord is talking, you don't know what that person is saying. Don't go upon that person's loin and tell him, well, you are giving the wrong information because it's wrong. Because you feel like it's wrong. I know a lot of silly people will send silly emails trying to telling you this was staged. Oh, it be Brother Big Levi. You have to understand the Illuminati staged this so they can give you the vaccine. We keep telling you that not only this thing is not working out there, and it's a stunt. What they are doing, they're trying to force something into prophecy. They're trying to force something so you can say, oh, well, this is the mark of the beast and stuff like that, the Antichrist and things, and then yet you people are not being raptured. You see, you Christians are catching hell out there. This is why all those things are happening around the world. The contract is over. It is done. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. This is your trouble. Okay? Let us keep on moving, brethren. We are going to see a lot of things that are happening right there. And then through the world, you're going to see plague number 10. Okay? You're going to see the ley line. You're going to see all of those things. It is up to you, brothers, to use discernment to talk to the Most High and ask the Most High. All those things that I witnessed, is it true? Are you doing those things, or am I being tricked? Is this real? Is this coming from you? Should I believe this? Should I know that the Archangel Michael, Daniel 12 verse 1 is there? Michael stand up for his people. This trouble that is coming upon the earth, this earth never seen before. Unlike even Jacob's trouble, just like Jacob's trouble, but Jacob gonna be saved out of his, and we are saved out of ours. Okay, that's what Daniel mean. We already went into those things, man. Well, okay, let's pick that up, because people always let me see, Psalm 3 verse 3. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory, and lifter up mine head. All right, and that's good. Psalm 3 verse 3. All right, let's see. Daniel, the book of Daniel. This thing going too fast. Here we go. Book of Daniel 12 verse 1. Okay. And at that time shall Michael stand up. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even, you see what they put the even in italic, even to that same time, and that time thy people shall be delivered, every one of shall be found written in the book. This is not our trouble, man. This is not our trouble. Okay? And at that time shall Michael stand up. You can clearly see the Archangel Michael stand up, man. You can see Michael in the midst of everything. I am the Archangel Michael, and I come to F this thing up. The great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble. This is not our trouble. Such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. Thy people shall be delivered. He didn't say thy people shall be destroyed. He didn't say thy people shall go to another 400 years. Thy people shall be gassed by FEMA and all that nonsense and garbage. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, and everyone that shall be found written in the book. Okay? And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some of the everlasting life, and some of the shame and everlasting contempt. Okay? All right? All right? And they shall be wise, shall shine as the brightest of the firmament, and they shall turn many righteousness as the star forever and ever. That's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing. You see that people become wiser, the children of the Most High, okay? And then we more knowledge will increase, and then the Most High is in the midst. That, okay, the Archangel Michael is here, all right? You do your own research. We already went through all of this. Let's watch, Bridget. Let's watch
the annual
videos.
Columbus Day Parade will once again march up Fifth Avenue. It kicks off at 11:30 this morning and goes from 44th to 72nd.
Okay, 44th, the new beginning to destruction. Okay, you can't make this up. That's the Columbus parade. Okay, over there. Okay, that's going from Manhattan, over there from 44th Street for 8 beginning to destruction. Okay, the destruction will bring the new beginning. Your new beginning is the destruction. Our new beginning is your destruction. Okay.
The parade is back after being canceled last year due to the pandemic. Organizers say the parade will include special guests and performances.
Okay, so those are the people mocking the Most High, threading upon our holy land, and do all sort of nonsense. Okay, you people will be dealt with. You will be dealt with because the Most High is not playing. This is what you guys are doing, and do all those filthy, horrible holidays with your Italian flag. And he, brothers, Italy is catching hell out there. Okay, Italy is catching a lot of hell out there, beloved. Okay, let us keep on going.
Last year, due to the pandemic, organizers say the parade will include special guests.
There you go. Okay, you got 2 flags in your hand, the so-called American flag and the Italian flag. Okay.
Performances.
You're going to see a great parade. New York City is...
Hey, then again, people think we're all playing, man. People think we're all playing. This dude literal name is Angelino Vivolo. I'm not quite sure what in Vivolo mean. Angelo Vivolo, Angelino Vivolio, President Columbus Heritage Coalition. The president. Let me enlarge this for the people to see this. Do I have water here? I have water, but this is very far. Beloved, can you make this up? You can't make this up. The president of Columbus Heritage Coalition name is Angelo Vivolo. If anybody can help us with Vivolo name, put it in the comment board and put it also in the chat room. Give the Most High praises and glory. You see, all of you people that are standing there, you guys are marked for destruction. The Most High mark you. You ain't gonna mark anybody with any vaccine or any of that garbage. You are already marked. And you are already marked. You guys will pay. Angel Vivolo. Okay, Vivolo could be like life or so. Let me look at Vivolo. Let me see what that is. It look like life or being alive or vibrant or something like that. I'm picking up. Define Vivolo. No, not.
Here's the definition of vole. A small, typically burrowing, mouse-like rodent with a rounded muzzle, found in both Eurasia and North America.
Is it Italian? Alive, yeah. Italian, from the Latin personal name Bibulus, Bibulus or Old Tuscan, Vivolus, Latin. That's why I have to learn. I'm learning Latin because there's a lot of book there on Latin. Like there's a Bible that is from the Middle Age. It's like this Bible was there before 14. I think it's 1476, 1492 Bible, but it's in Latin. You know. Latin vivus, live, yeah, alive. That's what I was speak up, okay? So this dude last name is the angels are alive. The angel are here. Angelo Vivolo. I believe it's Italian and Latin. It says Angelo Vivolo. And Christopher Columbus' book that the beloved brother Big Judah have, most of it is in Latin. Okay? So I speak a little Latin, not that much. So I'm trying to learn so I can read certain books that they have in Latin. Those are all old books they don't mess with, okay? Angelo Vivolo. The angels are alive. The angels are in the midst. They are alive. They are here. Okay, that's what Vivolo means. That's what I was picked up. But all praises to the Most High, man. You can't make that up. Okay, you can't make this up. All right, let's listen to the angels telling us what's the message the angels got there for us.
You're going to see a great parade. New York City is back, and the Columbus Citizens Foundation and the Italian American community is back to celebrate that.
Okay. All right, always one Negro in them is flaming. Anyway, so.
The city's annual Columbus.
All right. Oh, hey, that little lady over there. There's a little lady over there holding the phone the correct way. That's good. That's good. That's good. You know, we need to see this. We need to see the full glory of the Most High. Don't be cutting the Most High, man. All praises. I mean, at least that's my scumbag stuff that I do around here. You know, I always complain about this. Damn it, you know that?
The city's annual Columbus Day Parade is the world's largest celebration of.
There you go. Look at what you people are doing. Dressing like us. Dressing. You never did dress like this, man. Stop doing that. You scumbag. You people never dress like this. That was all people dressing like this, man. Okay, and then you guys never dress like
the world's largest celebration of Columbus and Italian heritage.
Okay.
The annual Columbus.
All right. So you see this, brothers. Those people are still doing this thing in our land. We give the Most High praise, glory for everything that's going on, and then you're going to see a lot of things that are happening. Let us keep on moving, brethren, okay? Step number 10, let us keep on moving. Michael and the Miss, man. Okay. Okay, let's listen to this. Thousands had protest against Green Pass in Italy. Okay? So you guys are in a lot of haste right now, okay? Your own people is against you. And then you look at this here. This isn't Jacob, man. You guys are in your trouble. This is your trouble. This is in Rome right there. Let me see. Gio Lemani dal lavoro, no green pass, no al ricato. Okay, no green pass. All right then. Yeah, they are forcing this thing upon their own people right there. Okay. All right, no green pass. Art 32 Constitutional Libertad de Scelta. I believe the Constitution, Article 32 says something. You cannot force anything. They got liberty of choosing or something like that. It doesn't matter. Your stuff doesn't mean anything to the Most High. That's right, man. Yeah. You people, it's time for you to put your little sign out there, you know, to ask for liberty. Okay? Look at this, man. Look at how many of you people take the street. Okay? Look at how many people protesting your own people put mark upon them. Basta call canone. Right? So that's what you guys do. Okay? You go after each other now. Okay, you guys are not, this is not our people protesting to screaming stuff, always being infiltrated by cowboys and flaming dudes coming over there like, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, all lives matter. Okay, colors like matter and stuff. Rainbow and cowboys life and getting infiltrated. Okay, those people are going through hell right now. Their freedom is being taken away by the Most High, of course. Of course. Yes. All right, let me see. It's kind of like hard to see here, but there you go. In the middle of here, brothers. You know why those people are being destroyed. All praises to the Most High YAHAWAH. Yep. You can't make this up. In the midst of all of this, brothers, in the midst of all of those people with their phones and their sticks and all that, you know, all of them are holding their phone, you know, correctly and stuff like that, you know. And then you see Cesare Borgia is in the midst right there. White Jesus is You can't make this up. White Jesus is right there in the midst of this. And they must have a great sense of humor, man. They must have a great sense of humor. That means like all those people are marked for destruction. They think they're fighting for a good thing. Those people think whether they pass this thing, they don't pass it, somehow they're going to survive this, man. All of you will be destroyed. Is that thing even recording right now? Yes, it is. Yeah, all praises. All right. Okay. All praises to the Most High, man. This is in Italy. Okay, this is in Italy. All praises. All right, let us keep on moving. Oh, all right. I got this. Let's see. All right. Those people all over the world, brothers. Okay. This is, let me put the video, let me put the volume down. This is in Slovenia or in Austria? Is that what that is? Let me see where that is. Austrian Chancellor cursed to resign amid corruption allegation. Those people are going after. They are going at each other's throat. They are after their own people. These guys corrupt. Suspicion. Prosecutor raid Kurt office on Wednesday. Fighting between each other's. Okay, this is kind of. I believe this is German. Okay, I picked up the language. I'm not quite sure what they're speaking, but I believe it's a breed on German and Austrian. Is that what that is? German, right? Okay.
Offensichtlich mediale Berichterstattung gekauft haben, dass sie Umfragen frisieren haben lassen, in denen sie sich selber in ein gutes Licht rücken und das anscheinend auch noch über das Finanzministerium, sprich über Steuergeld.
Okay, this is German. So, yeah, Claudia O'Brien. They are going after those guys over there. The people are protesting and stuff. You know, they are going after each other's throat. We are staying out of it. All praises to the Most High. Oh, I think I got two of them. All right then.
Everything you do is secretive, but what if those secrets get spilled? Or what if the spy becomes a double agent? These are questions that the CIA is currently dealing with. America's Central Intelligence Agency is losing a troubling number of informants and spies, and they're apparently being captured, killed, and compromised.
All praises to the Most High. Okay? U.S. clown in action claims to be losing trouble numbers of agents. You people can't even do this job right. How the you gonna go ahead and infiltrate the Most High children and then know wherever they are? You barely can take care of this thing. You people are losing your ish because of YouTube and all that stuff. We're gonna do this. Yo, those guys are not that smart, man. People think those guys are so intelligent. They are not that smart, brothers. They only good at one thing: to bring trouble upon the children of the Lord. They always go around the world and seek where the children of the Lord at, and then do things and making them fight, paying a few 2/3 and have them destroy our people. That's all they are good at. And after that, those people, they are not even secretive. You talk like some CIA agent or some kind of dude, you know, some super spy guy and stuff like that. You think those guys will coordinate everybody like they're so secret and people, you know, they have some type of technology. When a cops came upon them, they will know who they are and stuff like that. They're not. Let me see. CIA agent get arrested in New York. Remember, there was an incident. CIA agent get arrested in New York, I believe. Was it the FBI? Okay, it was the FBI. FBI agent got arrested in New York. No, yeah, that's the dude. You know, those FBI agent, and then you know, I don't want to go ahead and go play the video. They arrest this black man, and they thought he was like some dude, but he was an FBI agent. You know, and then they because he was black. Okay, they come upon him, they arrested him. Let me see. If I could get one of the video right there. Let me see this one. I don't want any commentary.
Wrong.
Okay.
Hey, no, if you're wrong, you're racial profile. Am I? Yeah, you're wrong. You're assuming I'm someone that I'm not. Are you Jake? No, I'm not Jake. You look like Jake. There you go.
Are you Jake? Are you Jacob? I'm not Jacob, but you look like him.
I look like Jake. Yeah, but you're Jake. No, yes, you are. No, I'm obviously Jake. You're Jake. Okay, get out of my face, man. You guys are harassing me. Yes, you guys are. Hey, you're fucking harassing me. Yes, you are. No. He's harassing me. Why are you harassing me? You're assuming I'm someone I'm not. Okay.
Because that's what they're good at. That's what they're good at. Oh, shit. Give me a second. Scam likely. Anyway, my phone is charging. Scam likely. So that's what they do. Those so-called cops, they're only targeting our people. That's what they're good at. When they come to when push come to shove, they can do anything. When it comes to our people, they have to come over there and bully our people. People, you got the wrong color and stuff like that. I'm gonna profile you and stuff like that.
If you're not, then no. You're not free to go. Okay. Us? Am I being detained? Yeah, you are. For what? Because I think you have more. You think? Yeah. That's an illusion. That's an illusion. You think?
That's how that is. They always come up with that.
For what?
Okay, then they put their hands on this guy. Okay, and this dude is an FBI agent. Okay, he's working for you guys. All right, they are not that smart, brothers. Okay, they are not that smart. So those guys, they always act like those FBI agents, the CIA. They're super smart and stuff like that. They are not there to do anything super spy, no spying. They are there to put our people in their place. Because this guy was somewhere, somebody called the police, they come over there, they try to arrest him because, oh, you look like you have a warrant. You know, he didn't want to say, hey man, you black, your ass can be here, and then you look like one of those children of the Most High. Even though this guy, I heard he is one of those Hamites, but this is the Most High showing you this right here.
I don't have a horse. You're very wrong. Okay, I'm wrong and wrong. No, you are wrong. What do you mean if you're wrong, you're wrong? You're wrong. We're not going to play this game. Hold on. No. Hold on. You guys are not gonna try to manhandle me first. I'm not under arrest. I didn't do nothing. For what? For what?
Okay, so when they arrest him, okay, and then they arrest him, and then they put him in handcuff. Okay, all right.
I don't have any officers.
Hey, yo.
Hey, officer.
No.
Matter of fact, look at my ID.
He got the wrong guy, I'm telling you.
Look at my ID, motherfucker. You guys do got the wrong guy. You guys are fucking stupid.
That's not you.
You guys are racial profile thinking I'm somebody. I'll take both of you motherfuckers. Take them cuffs off.
Sir.
I got them. Take them cuffs off. I'll take both of you motherfuckers right now.
This guy got the cleanest record. Y'all just.
I'll take both of you motherfuckers right now. Take the cuffs off.
So take the ID.
You guys are fucking stupid, man. You guys are the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life.
Grab his fucking wall.
You are stupid. I don't know how you became a
y'all
cop.
got the wrong dude.
Matter of fact, anybody can become a cop nowadays. Yeah, so you guys really had no other choice to do? You guys really had nothing else to go to college for but be a cop and harass me? To assume I'm somebody I'm not? My ID's in my back pocket. Watch how funny this is. Go ahead, look at it. No, don't hate me. Look at it. Oh, what does that say? What does that say? Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh my God! No, get the fuck off me, dude.
Okay, he was an FBI agent, one of those high-ranking agent over there, and then you guys you blew his cover. Okay, even though this guy was working against our people, we don't know what he was doing, but his cover is blown now. This video was seen by millions of people. They know this guy is an FBI. They know this guy is an FBI agent. Those people are not that smart, man. Those people are not that smart. And then they blow this guy cover, lives. Everything that you do right now, especially to people that look like us, it's all over the world.
Get off me, dude.
Bro, you fucked up.
Matter of fact, I need your cars. I need your supervisor over here. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor over here. You guys are the stupidest motherfuckers I ever met in my life. How'd you guys... What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Why didn't you say it?
Get him. This guy. And this guy here.
No, what do you mean I look like him? I need your guys. Right here. Supervisor. Sir, can you please come here? Are you the supervisor? These guys are racially profiling me. They assume I'm someone that I'm...
So they did racially profile this guy, and he turned out to be an FBI agent. Okay, those agents, the CIA, those guys don't know anything except to harass and kill our people. That's all they know. Besides that, they don't know anything else. They can go to other country, and then that's why they're killing them over there in Russia, China, Iran, all over the world. They are losing very, very, very bad. Okay? Let's listen a little.
So how does the CIA plan to deal with this? Our next report has more.
On my way.
All those movie scumbag stuff, they never did none of these things. Okay?
CIA.
The CIA is losing spies. A lot of them are no more. All praises to the Most High.
The Central Intelligence Agency. America's first line of defense. And the reason behind its supremacy.
All those fake things, like they're defeating the enemy.
The CIA maintains America's position as a superpower. It works to eliminate all threats to its global hegemony.
Get out of here. That's not what they are here for. They
But
are
this
here.
empire of information.
They are here to control the children of the Lord. Okay, they are here to spy on our people. Always planning how we can get those people in trouble. Get out of here. All praises to the Most High, man. 400 is up, pay up. Next.
Leaving several spots across the mountains and foothills underwater.
All right, listen to this.
First here at 4, a day of downpours, leaving several spots across the mountains and foothills underwater. In Marion, floodwaters took over streets and neighborhoods. Take a look at that right now. A flood watch remains in effect for several counties.
And raging floodwaters stranding drivers in South Carolina. One man in Anderson, as you see, left clinging onto a tree when his pickup truck was swept off the road. Rescue crews were able to get him to safety.
This dude pickup truck was swept off the road. He literally got swept off the land. This is in South Carolina, and you didn't see none of this in the in the news. I almost say in the movies, but in the news. All praises, man.
And that same system drenching the Carolinas is to blame for deadly flash flooding in Alabama. Officials say at least 4 people were killed, including a 4-year-old little girl. Fox 46 has team weather coverage as several spots already slammed by today's rain. Brace for round 2.
Yeah, we're going to start things off with Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane tracking those latest conditions and giving us a timeline, Tara, as far as when this next round is supposed to come.
Right, because we are getting a nice significant break over the mountains and foothills and in most of our neighborhoods actually from that rain right now. But it's no wonder we have scenes like that playing out because, I mean, according to some of these Doppler radar estimated rainfall totals over the past 48 hours, we've gotten anywhere from 4 inches just to the west of Hickory to as much as 7, 8+ inches of rain just southwest of Marion and through parts of Burke County, where obviously we still have that flooding lingering. Flash flood warning continues for that.
So what they are saying here, brothers, they got flash floods, the weather. What they are saying here, it's all gibberish. They really don't know what's going on. Okay, cars swept away. People are dying. 4 people already dead. And then the media keep it low. We give the Most High praises and glory. All right, let us keep on moving.
Taking another live look from the scene of the overturned fire truck. And somehow it looks like the traffic here has gotten even worse.
Yeah, you know.
Rain is causing heavy delays on roads across the Las Vegas Valley Friday morning. You can't make this up. Rain doesn't cause heavy delays. It's the freaking morons that don't know how to drive, period. Just cause you signal doesn't mean you can't just cut off a vehicle. Ley line. People in Las Vegas don't know how to drive. There's a lot of stupid people I seen drive as fast as in rainy day. They are seeing this. The guy reporter is just useless. Okay.
You know, it's funneling. You can see it's funnels. We had a shot from the other side too, which will show you. You can see just how bad the traffic is. Like I said earlier, I'm surprised that it's even open and moving.
Right.
I mean, obviously everything's off to the side, which is great. It's fortunate, but yeah, I'm surprised that those cars are even going, what, like 5, maybe 7 miles per hour.
Yeah, they are just creeping along there. As you can see, they're able to continue straight onto the 215 eastbound, but as you can see, here the trucks are completely blocking the exit, which is the I-15 interchange, and the Las Vegas Boulevard exit, which is...
They're also confused. They really don't know what to say. They don't know how this happened. As you can see, it's blocking this place. They are confounded. All praises.
Forecast now. We are tracking flooding in the North Carolina mountains. You're taking a live look at Morganton and Burke County. Joining us live via Zoom, Scotty Powell from the Carolina Weather Group. Scotty, what are you seeing out there?
Hey, Sarah. Yeah, some heavy rain still falling down, but thankfully, over the last hour, I'm going to pan over. This road was actually underwater with flood. You can still see some of the debris there. But over the last hour, the water has started to recede, but still a lot of creeks and streams and rivers still high above and out of their banks.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, we in the past have seen flooded bridges and roads like that. And you just got to tell people, don't risk it, because you never know. Sometimes that road or bridge isn't there.
That's the thing.
Definitely so. I actually saw a few people earlier today crossing.
That's true. Sometimes there's a flooding. You don't know if there's a canal or a bridge over there, and then people would just drive onto it, and then boom, they fell into this thing, and they are no more.
In the flooded roadway, so we always say, turn around, don't drown. Thankfully, they got through safely, but definitely don't encourage that. So we want you to turn around and don't drive through flooded road waters.
Don't do this. But all praises to the Most High. The flooding, they are everywhere. All praises, man. They are not reporting this.
Ma il problema di l'Italia è il Green Pass.
Okay, this car, they have people in there. Okay, flood and mudslide threaten life in Italy. One brother said he can't wait. The brother said, hopefully that thing get to the Pope. The brother said, hopefully that thing get to the Vatican and take the Pope out. Yes. The Most High control the weather. Man is not doing this. There's no such thing the elite is doing this or the elite try to keep you distracted. Now, that garbage that you guys are trying to force out there being, the mark of the beast and stuff like that, it's all garbage. Yeah. You're trying to let the people know, we are for, we are the new world order and stuff like that. We ain't doing hish. You ain't mocking people. The Most High already mocked everybody. Everybody else that's not mocked by the Most High, you're mocked for destruction. Yeah. Look at this, beloved. Look at this. You can't make this up. This water did not come from the rain. It can't. Look at this.
Roads turned into rivers.
Okay, this is
City bus washed away by ravaging water.
This is in Italy, man. This is in Italy. And they are catching hell.
Residential localities inundated. Life-threatening images from the northeastern part of Italy.
Okay, floods inundated Italy's northeast region. Again, they are seeing this, brothers. They are seeing there's unprecedented weathers, coming upon them. And all those things are happening to them. Africa haven't been in the news for a while now. For some reason, Africa, those people really love when something happens in Africa and then you will see them flying over there giving food, saving the people. You see how the media doesn't show you any of that? When it comes to them, they never show you their people coming and give them food and then try to save them. Like, we give you, look at us saving you, people giving you food and look at us. We are heroes and things. Look at this.
As heavy rains led to floods and mudslides.
Okay, just me. My God, look at this.
Since Monday, the deluge has led to misery for locals in the region bordering France. Normal life was paralyzed as water washed away everything in its way and houses were inundated.
Yep.
Savona was the hardest hit city in the Ligurian Sea coast.
Savona, okay, Savona. Savona faces the wrath of the rain gods.
In the Ligurian Sea coast.
Again, this is those people are like Indian news, brothers. There's a lot of fake news going on out there. Those Indian automatic voice generated. Those things are not. They are making things up. They are swagger jacking each other and they are breaking things. They say, 12.2 earthquake happened over there in Papua New Guinea, or 12.2 earthquake happened in the USA news, big news USA natural orders and stuff like that. Those are fake news, all right? But this is real though. All right, to look at their
triggered flash floods.
Their football stadium and stuff. Okay, this water did not come from the cloud.
And many streams, including Lithimbro River, overflowed their banks and drowned the city. According to an online news report, a bridge collapsed in the town of Giuliano. The port city of Genoa, Liguria's most populous area, shut schools for the day and also ordered the closure of parks and cemeteries. Open-air markets and sports facilities were also shut owing to flash floods. Rain subsided at midday, but more downpours in Catania region on Monday. A red alert was in effect until dawn on Tuesday.
You can't make this up, man. Italy is catching hell. Italia is catching hell all over the world. Again, beloved, this is plague. Number 10. Thunder, voices, the weather. The Most High control the weather. He doesn't need men to build a machine called up and control the weather through them. It doesn't work like that. Like we said already, the weather, nature, is the Most High's wife. The Most High does not need another man to satisfy his wife for him. He doesn't need another man to buy his wife flour, to tickle his wife, to pleasure his wife for him. He can do it himself. He doesn't need you. The Most High does not use the Gentiles to control the weather. No, he used them specifically for the sword. When it comes to nature, man has no power. They have none of those technology they call CERN or HARP. They control the weather. They can open portal and travel to other world and technology. They have none of that. When the curse was upon us, all those things were happening to us. And they will make it seem that this thing were happening because they are doing this. No, they're not. Let me see. There is a video that I watched ages ago. I don't know. Let me see if I can get this. All right. So, boy, so fun. Took me a while to find these videos. I think even recording, but let's see what's going on here. I haven't watched it though, but anyway.
And by CIT and Pacific Life.
Oh boy.
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public
to stop looting and to help trigger outbreaks of disease. Water today.
Smith Barney, this is who we are. This is how we earn it.
Oh boy.
And by CIT and Pacific Life.
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you.
Okay, this is how those people used to report their news. Watch this.
Thank you.
The crisis in New Orleans grew more desperate today. Mayor Ray Nagin announced Hurricane Katrina killed hundreds of people, possibly thousands. He warned bodies could trigger outbreaks of disease.
Oh, it's already disease and stuff because those people have disease in them, okay?
Water finally stopped surging through breached levees today, but the city remained flooded. Louisiana Governor Kathleen Blanco appealed for help to stop looting and to help survivors.
Stop looting. They're not there to save the people. They need to save their stuff. Stop stealing our stuff. We need to stop looting. We need to stop this because it was mainly in our area. The plague was heavy upon us. And listen to them. This was broadcast all over the world. Listen.
We believe that we need to free up the National Guard, essentially to do security in the city. And I'm asking for military presence to do all of the help us with the evacuation, to take charge of the evacuation and do all of the other things that our people have been doing.
Okay, that didn't mean anything, but we need to free the National Guard to come over there with security because those people are looting the place. Because it was us. You guys always take the opportunity to blast our people. That's what it was.
Officials in Mississippi reported at least 110 people killed there. The worst of the storm blasted the Biloxi and Gulfport areas and left little intact along their coastlines.
Because that's where you people were living. You were covered. You were covered in the coastline by the beach. Nothing really happened to you. And then look at this, refugees. Okay, you are calling our people refugees and all that.
Across the Gulf region, at least 70,000 people were in shelters. Federal officials said some may never be able to return. Disaster relief efforts moved into higher gear today.
So when it comes to us, they always show themselves. We are the rescuer. We come to rescue you. We are here. We're bringing you food. We're saving you people. And this is how you repaid us. You repaid us by looting our place and all that.
21,000 National Guard troops were mobilized, and the U.S. Navy dispatched a hospital ship, helicopter carriers, and supplies. President Bush flew over the damaged zone on his way back to Washington from Texas. He spoke later in the Rose Garden at the White House.
The folks on the Gulf Coast are going to need the help of this country for a long time. This is going to be a difficult road. The challenges that we face on the ground are unprecedented. But there's no doubt in my mind we're going to succeed. Right now, the days seem awfully dark for those affected. I understand that.
Boy, Oh man, do I miss that guy? George Bush was like, George Bush, to me, in my opinion, was the greatest American president that they ever had. This guy literally, come over there, brothers. He effed up every single. Bush started a war. The war took 20 years to end it, and his name didn't even come up. He messed up everything. He got all the money, and then he quietly leaves somewhere. Nothing happened to him. I bet you, brothers, the Gentiles will give all sort of money. They'll sell their soul to you to bring them back to this era right there, pre-2020.
But I'm confident that with time, you get your life back in order, new communities will flourish.
We're replacing our people, yeah.
The great city of New Orleans will be back on its feet, and America will be a stronger place for it.
The president also urged all Americans to help by contributing to the Red Cross. We'll have much more on the hurricane's aftermath and the response right after this news summary. The hurricane cut oil output in the Gulf by 95%. So today, the Energy Department opened the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to make up the shortfall. In response, oil futures in New York dropped nearly 90 cents to settle under $69 a barrel.
Always
But the
about their
refinery
money,
shutdowns along
always about their oil, always about this, always about that, always like, okay, this is, let's see what they are they reporting to our people, showing our people. Let me see this. All right, let's listen.
A prescription. The FDA said last week it could not decide how to enforce an age limit for such sales. And that's it for the news summary tonight. Now it's on to the tragedies along the U.S. Gulf Coast and across a bridge in Baghdad.
There you go.
The terrible stories of Hurricane Katrina continue. Spencer Michaels begins our coverage with this report on the day's developments.
While officials assessed the damage and attempted to relieve the misery, the people of New Orleans tried to cope with an unprecedented disaster.
Showing our people, always asking for help. Be on the rooftop and stuff, asking for help, begging, okay?
With water pouring into city streets through 2 levee breaks and 80% of the city underwater, the mayor said he had no choice but to order the total evacuation of the city. He added that New Orleans won't be functional for 2 or 3 months.
Okay, showing our people in the water, walking around and stuff.
Attempts to plug the breaches with sandbags have thus far failed. The risk of disease is growing.
Diseases. Remember, when it comes to them, they never say anything about diseases because they want to put in your mind that those people are filthy, they are dirty, they are sick, and disease and stuff.
Officials confirmed bodies are floating in the water around the city. So today, refugees awaited help.
Refugees. Our people were refugees in their own land. Refugees are waiting for help. You see how they describe our people? Refugees. That's like going to over there in Italy or in Italy and tell those people, oh, those are refugees waiting for help in that city.
There are as many as 1 million homeless people across the region.
I got to keep a strong front in front of my children. And if I panic, then they're going to panic. As long as I have my family, everybody else is all right. And we're very grateful.
Coast Guard teams continued rescue operations by helicopter, plucking people huddled on rooftops. Hundreds remained stranded on rooftops and balconies, frantically waving and holding signs, calling for help, hoping for rescue.
That's what they were doing. It's not like they could not help those people. They put it out there and show, look at them. We always have to save you people. You depend on us. Look at this black woman over there crying and stuff like that. You people, look at you people and this and that. They could have easily come over there and rescue those people without showing it on TV, but they have to humiliate our people.
This woman had to decide which of her family members to leave behind because the police rescuing the family had limited space.
Of course, when it comes to our people, it's limited space. Do you know, brothers, they didn't even need the helicopters to do this nonsense that they are doing here, man. They could have just get the boats and get the people, drop the supplies, and then the people will, they have to do dramatic things to show you, we are the king of this earth and we are saving people.
I was trying to send the baby and my daughter with the police officer because the baby have a respiratory problem. But I'm looking at my other daughter with her 3 kids and my brother standing there, and it's like, I want to be there with them because I feel like when my daughter had a chance to go with the policeman, it would have been a good choice. But to leave my brother and my grandkids and my other daughter.
Okay, our people were distraught, and then they were forcing them to save. Or we don't have that much space and stuff like that. You're gonna have to choose, leave one behind and things like this, okay?
It's like I couldn't do it, but my baby girl with the baby, she was screaming and howling, saying, if you don't come, I'm gonna kill myself. You got to come with me.
Okay, so that was our people. You see how they used to put our faces out there? And then go ahead and cry and do stuff, and they make sure they get a black woman to do this. Go ahead, tell the story and show the people how bad this thing will upon you.
You know, so my daughter told me, she said, Mom, take my daughter, take Lexus, and she said, go.
Many residents didn't evacuate because they didn't have cars, money for gas, or anywhere to go. A quarter of New Orleans residents live below the poverty level.
There you go. There you go. Let's humiliate them. Or a quarter of they are poor. They're also stupid. They don't have cars. Look at them.
It's just a thing that always happens. The one that have the least seem like they're hit harder than anything else.
Because the plague were upon us. The curses were upon us. That's why every single thing that happened, you people quickly put it in the news. Like, look at them. They're all suffering and stuff. You build an immunity, okay, that nothing's going to happen to you up until now.
Other residents made the conscious decision to weather the storm.
I work for the sheriff in Orleans Parish, and I was afraid, if the water wasn't high, I'd have to go to work. So we decided to ride it out.
Okay, a brave white man there had to go to work. He's working.
And it was a bad mistake.
This man was looking ahead to rebuilding, but he has no insurance.
Don't nobody give me any kind of assistance. I'm just going to have to try to do it piece by piece, wood by wood, paycheck by paycheck.
Yeah, that's all.
Looters roamed the streets, particularly in the French Quarter, which sits on higher ground and wasn't flooded as badly as the...
Okay, this is how the police, you see how the police are beating this brother over there? Because you are looting and stuff like that. Okay,
and I was afraid, if the water wasn't high, I'd have to go to work.
My apology, brethren. Sometimes it took me an hour to make a point here.
So we decided to ride it out. And it was a bad mistake.
This man was looking ahead to rebuilding, but he has no insurance.
Don't nobody give me any kind of assistance. I'm just going to have to try to do it piece by piece, wood by wood, paycheck by paycheck.
Okay, looters. You could have focused on anything else, looters. You think the other thing, the one that happened over there a couple of months ago, you think the people didn't loot? Of course they did loot, because the people that was doing the looting, they didn't look like us.
Looters roamed the street.
Okay, watch this cop over here. Watch those cops.
It's particularly in the French Quarter.
Okay, watch this over here.
Which sits on higher ground and wasn't flooded as badly as the rest of the city.
It was a disaster. People were shooting right across the street from me.
They were shooting guns?
They were shooting at each other. They were saying that they didn't care about life anymore. And it was just disastrous. It was rioting. They had a building burning down, a pawn shop where they had set it afire. And people were just looting, and it's like a movie to me. I still haven't woke up. I feel like I'm in a dream or something.
Others wandered the flooded streets desperately looking for basic supplies, water, food, shelter, and gasoline.
That's what they do. They left our people in the street right there so you can see them.
There's no electricity and no running water, and many communication systems remain down. Inmates from a jail were moved out of their flooded cells and onto exit ramps of nearby highways as guards stood by with guns.
Exactly. Put you people in your place. Yeah, put you people in your place. That's what it is.
Not far away, the Superdome, where tens of thousands sought shelter, was surrounded by at least 8 feet of water. Thousands more refugees sat outside the Superdome waiting for shelter.
Yep.
Texas Governor Rick Perry and his response team today explained they'd shelter the 23,000 refugees at Houston's Astrodome,
refugees,
transferring them in a bus caravan.
The Astrodome is a county facility. We have worked closely and have contingency plans to use the dome as a emergency disaster recovery and refuge center in the event of a storm here in Houston. We are implementing those plans today for New Orleans. The dome is not suited well for this kind of a crowd for a long term. The problem when you put 20 or 30,000 people in a single place, you have problems of privacy, you have problems of just social issues, psychological problems when you put those people in that kind of an environment. We are also dealing with people who have...
When you put those people in that kind of... because they can't behave, they are animals.
...been without food, without water, without sanitary sewer, without the ability to take a shower for 3 or 4 days. They're not happy when they come here, and we are cognizant of that.
This is the type of thing they were focused on. Like, remember, those people by nature, they are dirty, and we're doing the best that we can do, and they're always in our way and stuff like that. That's what he's saying.
We will provide a place for as long as is necessary, but are working closely with FEMA, with the governor's emergency management officials to try to move them through the dome to other facilities where they would be better suited for the longer term.
Army National Guard troops continued arriving on the scene to assist and keep law and order.
Exactly. Send the army over there. And then when this thing happened the other day, you did not see the National Guard. You did not see the Army. You did not see the Navy and stuff.
And 4 Navy ships left from Norfolk, Virginia today to join the relief effort.
That case of water may be the case of water that makes it to one of my family members. And, just knowing that I had a small part in that is going to be, good for me, just knowing in some way I helped.
32 miles northeast of New Orleans, this is all that remains of the town of Slidell.
It's gone. It's total disaster. Nothing left. We lost everything.
We just didn't think it would be that bad.
Okay, so those people, they just show them there's no police over there brutalizing them, and then they don't show you they are looting, okay?
But inside our home, the water was up to here.
Interstate 10 used to go through Slidell, but now it looks like a jigsaw puzzle. Katrina tore out the bridge leading into the town of 25,000. This house was cut in half by a fallen tree. Jim Day was sitting in his garage when the tree came through the roof.
Crash bang. I dove out of the car into the house.
Where was your heart?
It was still in the car.
Next door in Mississippi, Gulfport today lies a city in ruins. Residents stood in line for ice as military police patrolled the streets.
Yeah. Make sure that the National Guard here, man. We're going to bring you that Jacob trouble, man. What's up with you? Now look at you guys working in hospital and Hish, driving kids to school and all that Hish.
In Biloxi, casinos and homes up and down the coast were flattened by the 30-foot storm surge.
We raised 7 children here. My wife and I are 73 and 74. And yesterday, this hurricane wiped us clean. Every one of my children lost everything they had.
This property right here has been in the family. This was my uncle's house right here. This was my grandmother's house. This was my pawn shop over here. And I also had a jet ski rental business out of it. There's a house right back in the back over here that you can't quite see it, but it's my aunt's house, and it's totaled. These are just gone completely. And, we have a pretty long history here on the corner, and it's all gone. It's devastating. It looks like someone nuked the place. It's just, I'm an emotional mess. I mean, I can't deal with it.
Yep.
Late today in New Orleans, one ray of hope amid what officials are calling an impossible situation. Water stopped rising as the levels between the city and Lake Pontchartrain equalized. And in some places, the water appeared to be dropping slightly. But New Orleans is far from out of the woods.
Kemi Nezaram of...
There you go, man. When it was us, they show all those things and all this garbage and stuff like that showing our people. But when it was them, you don't see anything. Now look at you.
Heavy rains forced people to the confines of their homes as the situation worsened by the hour. The cataclysmic scenes in Italy seemed as though nature's floodgates were opened.
We give the Most High praises and glory, man. Payback time. Now look at you, Utah, man. Look at Hawaii right there.
With us tonight. A 6.2 magnitude earthquake off of Na'alehu rocked Hawaii Island this afternoon. The quake could be felt as far as Kauai. Now, geologists say it was actually not caused by Kilauea or Mauna Loa, and neither volcano has been impacted. The residents say they were shaken up. Nikki Schenfeld has our top story.
Residents here in Honolulu say they felt it too. Experts say that it is the strongest earthquake since 2018 and the eruption in Leilani Estates. But this quake has nothing to do with volcanic activity, and that these type of quakes happen every decade or so. The quake happened just miles off of Na'alehu shortly before noon. Big Island residents are no stranger to earthquakes, but some say this one felt different, more intense.
And the earthquake just...
those guys flee, man. Flee in front of the Most High, man. Again, this is plague number 9, number 10, okay? Destroying earthquake, and also number 5, destruction by earthquake, okay? All right, let's watch these guys again, okay?
Na'alehu shortly before noon. Big Island residents are no stranger to earthquakes, but some say this one felt different, more intense.
And the earthquake just went boom. It felt like an explosion, and the house started shaking. I mean, violently, like we've never experienced.
So like a boom, plague number 10 again. Thunder voices and destroying earthquake. Literally, boom, and then the house starts shaking. They never experienced anything like that.
Something that strong before. Ground felt like jelly. It was just like jiggling, and the house was shaking, and I could hear glass breaking up in the house.
She said it lasted about 30 seconds.
You know, we went back in, and armoire that I had, all the wine glasses were tipped over. One of them had fallen out and broken on the floor. There's a couple cracks in the drywall. Plates tipped over in my china hutch, and pictures are all crooked on the walls.
Oh boy!
I mean, it was scary. I've been in a lot of earthquakes in Hawaii, and I've never been this scared.
Viewers sent us photos of items that flew off the shelves and onto the floor at Ace Hardware in Na'alehu.
All praises.
And it was felt in Kihei, too.
All of a sudden, I felt the couch rock that I was sitting on rocking back and forth, like forward and back. And I thought, boy, this is strange. And I looked at the clock, 11:48 or 11:49. And I thought, gee, I think that was an earthquake.
Scientists say the quake was similar to the magnitude 6.7 in 2006 off of Kiholo Bay.
These earthquakes are not generated by the actual magma system within the volcanoes. So they're not related to eruptions or the magma body.
Technically, they don't know what's going on. They don't know how to explain it. That's what it is. They are feeling those earthquakes. They don't know where they are coming from.
Or inflation or anything like that.
He says they're generated from the weight of the volcanoes sitting on the Earth's crust and bending it downward.
If the normal lithospheric...
This is the garbage. What's the garbage? Yeah, go ahead. Explain to us.
Kind of looks like this. And I put an island in the middle, it bends down, but my fingers will slip against each other. So they'll kind of make a little jerk every once in a while like that. And that's what we're seeing. There's no defined fault system out there.
He says a few minor rock falls were reported in Hale Ma'u crater from the quake.
We don't expect to see anything change in the plumbing system of either volcano due to this earthquake.
Han says the quake was deep enough to be felt statewide. He says USGS typically gets 50 to 100 reports of people feeling earthquakes within the first hour of one. But for this...
Within the first hour, there were over 1,300 reports.
He says at that magnitude, well-built homes wouldn't sustain damage.
The last time I heard from Hawaii County Civil Defense is that they were getting reports, but mostly things like things falling off walls and shelves and things like that. Then we've been having a bunch of like not even magnitude 3, mostly magnitude 2 aftershocks. So these could go on, big enough. One's big enough to feel. We would expect maybe over the next several days, people might be feeling these, and then they should taper off.
Nikki Schoenfeld, KHON2 News, working for Hope.
All praises to the Most High, man. This happened today, man. October 11th. Today is October 11th. Happened today. Earthquakes, brethren. Earthquakes. All praises. This is plague number 10 and number 5. Number 5, destruction by earthquake. Number 10, thunder, voices, and destroying earthquake. The whole weather and all that stuff going on over there.
Plane crash in DeKalb County. 4 people are dead. Video shows the small jet going down just moments after takeoff.
The crash happening at the DeKalb Peachtree Airport northwest of Atlanta just after 1 this afternoon. And tonight, a lot of questions about what happened, who was on board.
CBS 46's Zach Summers has been on the scene all day. Zach, what's the latest?
Well, Sean and Rick, we're still working to confirm the identities of the 4 people on board that plane. We did see family members of at least one of the victims here at the airport this evening. They did not want to speak to the media. For those who witnessed the crash, they tell us they didn't believe it was real at first.
Exactly. Now, beloved, you're going to see who are being taken out in those private planes. Who are those people? What's going on with the ley line, man?
Unit 2 Peachtree Tower. Unit 2 Peachtree Tower.
It was just too much to take in right then.
Video obtained by CBS 46 shows the moment a single-engine Cessna 210 barely made it into the air before crashing to the ground.
The way it looked at me, I thought he was taking off and then...
Echo Peachtree Tower.
According to the Federal Aviation Administration, the pilot and 3 passengers were departing from DeKalb Peachtree Airport in Chamblee around 1 o'clock when the plane crashed and burst into flames.
And the fire was just, you could tell it was so intense.
We did watch it for a good amount of time.
Stephen LeMasters was eating lunch with his family at the airport's restaurant and was hoping to see those on board escape from the wreckage.
Okay, you can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. The Most High judgment is perfect. The Most High judgment is perfect on both sides. The Most High judgment is perfect on both sides, whether it's 1 + 6, 3 + 4, perfection. All praises.
On board escaped from the wreckage.
What? Did they say somebody escaped? Hang on.
Was hoping to see those on board escape from the wreckage.
As fast as the firefighters were to get there, it burned through the entire plane in a matter of minutes. It was astounding how quickly it burns.
Authorities confirmed all 4 people died. The investigation is now in the hands of the National Transportation Safety Board, which is expected to release a preliminary report in about 2 weeks.
Okay, which they never did. And we know it's the ley line, okay? All right. Brother Gene 7 Architect says so many planes are going down, you cannot escape judgment. All praises to the Most High. You can't. The brother is here checking those people out, man. Okay, departure from flesh is sure. Be ready. Seek ye the truth of eternal life with love and Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. Keep doing that garbage. Okay, damn, this remind me of Hialeah and her crew 20 years ago that killed in small plane. Okay. Yeah. Shut down the airport, lock them down. I think one of the most overdue innovation has to be something that mitigate the fire factor in plane. Nah, you people never invented anything. Now, there are 4 people on board that die, okay? Now, let's take another update, brothers, okay? There are plenty of updates, okay?
We have now learned the CEO and founder of a financial literacy foundation was one of 4 people killed when a plane crashed at DeKalb Peachtree Airport on Friday. The J.D. Rosen Foundation confirmed to 11 Alive Jonathan Rosen was on board when the plane went down and burst into flames on the runway. According to the foundation's website, Rosen was the organization's founder, and he had a passion for raising awareness on the importance of financial literacy for children. Rosen was also the CEO of Inter Global Companies. The other 3 victims in that crash have not officially been identified as of yet.
Now, this dude is not a lightweight. This fellow right here
according
is not a lightweight. Wealthy habit, holding his own God. You can't make that up. This guy is a CEO, identified as one of the victims killed in fiery plane crash at the Biglevipriest Airport. Another foundation rich guy. I've got a feeling this guy aren't dead to a DNA mixture. So what they are saying here, he fake his own death, and this guy is one of the Illuminati and stuff like that. This guy, you know, he somehow super smart. He fake his death, so he will be back like Trump. You know, though don't worry, Trump gonna be president again in the next few days. This guy is a CEO. You know what that is? Those are the guys that always flaunting the blessing in front of you, and then he like children. You know, teaching kids how to you know, get money and all that. A CEO of a wealthy habit. As you can see, beloved brothers and sisters, the thing that happened over there in Italy, what's that again? In Italy, you saw a bunch of things are now happening in Italy. A billionaire, he died in a plane crash. Do you think this guy, they are not getting this dude? I'm not quite sure if this guy is a billionaire, but he pretty well should be a millionaire. Yet, his name is Jonathan, okay? All right, he's a CEO of a wealthy habit, some kind of money management for children, okay? And he died in a plane crash, just like that billionaire fellow. Another rich guy, somebody say another rich guy, another foundation rich guy. I've got a feeling this guy aren't dead. No, they are. Because people think like because those guys are rich and they are dying, like they are escaping taxes. They never pay any taxes anyway. They are not escaping. They are dying. The Most High is taking them out. We give him praises and glory. I'm going to stop this at 11:30 though. We give the Most High praises and glory. Okay. Now let's see who this guy is. What kind of like stuff he's having. So, oh man, there's so many crap in here, man. No thanks. CEO identified as one of victims killed in fiery plane crash at the Biglevipriest Airport. A CEO and founder of a financial literacy foundation is one of the victims killed in a fiery plane crash last week. And well, okay, all right, 2 days ago. The J.D. Rosen Foundation confirmed with 11 Alive that Jonathan Rosen is one of the people who died after a plane went down at the Biglevipriest Airport on Friday. Jonathan, okay? According to the foundation's website, Jonathan Rosen is the organization's founder and CEO of Inter Global Companies. And he had a passion of raising awareness and the importance of financial literacy for children. The other 3 victims in the crash have yet be identified at this time, but and whatever, the same garbage that we read over there, and then you know, they just put it there. So this guy, he's one of those millionaires, one of those money maker dude. He died in a plane crash. He didn't go to a vacation. He didn't fake his death. He's no more. All praises to the Most High, YAHAWAH. Another plane crash, brothers. Okay, watch this.
At least 16 people have died and several were injured in a plane crash on Sunday in the Tatarstan region of Russia. That's according to the RIA news agency, who cited the emergency services. The TASS news agency said the plane had been carrying a group of parachute jumpers on board and that 7 people were pulled alive from the wreckage. The plane, a Let L410 Turbulent, is a twin-engine short-range transport aircraft. Russian aviation safety standards have improved in recent years, but accidents, especially involving aging planes in far-flung regions, are not uncommon.
Another plane, man. That was yesterday, the 10th. An airplane crash in Russia, 16 people or no more. They pulled 7 out of this. And you're going to sit there and tell me all those people, oh, those were Jacobs. That guy, Jonathan, they are trying to fake the billionaires. They are running, they go hiding and stuff, faking their death. Whatever. Okay, so, well, they cut off the audio on this thing. Pineville, 9-year-old killed after being struck by a vehicle near a hotel. So that person, that little boy or little girl was 9 years old, and then they got hit by a car near a hotel. They die. We give the Most High praises and glory for all of that. Okay. That dead body's still over there. They still were showing the dead body. The dead body was right over there. Yeah, a lot of children are dying though, and yeah, they are showing our people as if it's them that did this. We give the Most High praises and glory for this. Okay.
10:04, this just into the KPRC2 newsroom. New details on a crash we followed all morning. We now know the name of a man who was killed in an early morning crash. Investigators have identified him as Ricky Phillips. The crash occurred on Highway 249 near Seton Lake. Harris County deputies tell us Christopher Johnson caused this multi-vehicle pileup. Johnson has been taken to...
Christopher Johnson. Christopher Columbus caused this crash, man.
To the hospital and is being treated for his injuries. No word yet this morning on any charges.
All praises to the Most High, man. All praises. One-way crash. All praises. Okay. Usually I don't like to. Okay, those are Indian guys. Okay, that's Oh man, those are the Indian guys. I don't like when those guys, they swagger jack everybody.
3 islands archipelago off the...
Okay, with that voice, those are Indian fellows. So yeah, all praises.
We turn now to an Eyewitness News exclusive. We're hearing from a heartbroken woman who wants answers after her husband was stabbed repeatedly while working his shift at an Apple store in Manhattan. Her husband, Alessandro Sosa, remains in the hospital tonight. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson.
I really wish they would just...
Right from the back, right from the start, you already see that Christmas garbage over there. And then you're wondering why this woman is looking for answer why my husband was stabbed, because yeah, that's your Christmas present right there. That's what that is.
Come forward, let the cops get them. I don't know why they had to do this to my husband.
Plague number 1, okay? Just like you saw how people was crying, on the old Katrina, this is sorrow, okay? Sorrow for much need, all right? All praises.
The love of her life. In this exclusive interview, Iris tells me her husband, Alejandro Sosa, is now heavily sedated here at Bellevue Hospital. Doctors are closely watching the 37-year-old who was brutally attacked at work here at the Apple store on West 14th Street.
Well, they should have a video, right?
They're just concerned that he has a head wound that could possibly swell, so they're monitoring him for that.
Alejandro works as a security guard and was simply doing his job Friday night when he told a customer he had to put on a mask if he wanted to come inside.
Crazy things, man. Crazy. Just simple as that.
The policy is strictly enforced, but the man didn't seem to like that. Police say the suspect pulled out a knife and stabbed Alejandro 3 times in the head, back, and arm. Iris has been by her husband's side. I caught up with the 31-year-old at the couple's apartment as she regrouped before heading back to the hospital.
he did his job. I mean, he went, I don't think there was ever any issues, you know, so yeah, this is pretty devastating for me.
Iris tells me they hope to one day start a family, but right now, her main concern is Alejandro, making sure he gets better so the couple can celebrate their one-year wedding anniversary October 31st.
On Halloween. Is that what that is? And that's why you people, you Christian, are catching hell out there with all your Christmas garbage. Again, this is plague number 5, destruction by the sword. Although it was a knife, he's still alive though. He's not being executed, but all praises.
Almost 90 runners had to be escorted off of the mountains high above Davis County by search and rescue crews today after they encountered whiteout conditions.
Yeah, they really ran into some weather. They were running an ultra marathon. The ultra marathon was called the DC Peaks 50. It was suspended when conditions became simply too harsh. Fox 13's Spencer Joseph has more now from North Salt Lake.
Here at Tunnel Springs Park is where that marathon was supposed to end, but none of the 87 runners ever made it this far.
Spencer Joseph. Now, before I go into this, for those of you who remember, about a couple months ago, there was a ultra marathon like that over there in China, and they had a bunch of people running. And they were doing some triathlon or whatever marathon they were doing. And it was the summer. And they got to a point on top of a mountain and the temperature suddenly dropped and everybody falls to death. The Most High freezes them in place. They all die.
With weather conditions, the organizers stopped the event and search and rescue crews helped them down off the top of Farmington Canyon. Here's what conditions looked like when search and rescue crews were helping them.
Okay, you see this? You see the snow? You know what that is? That plague number 6 right there. Increase of hail and snow. You people will have no peace. It's already been snowing in Utah. We are like in October, you know. This is the condition.
The sheriff's office say organizers of the event called at about 9:30 in the morning to report conditions were too tough and to ask for assistance. Search and rescue crews covered the entire length of the race on foot as well as on 4x4s to find everybody. About 12 to 18 inches of snow was falling at the time.
12 to 18 inches of snow. A very funny number.
And some runners were even just in shorts or t-shirts, not prepared for this kind of winter weather.
Because it wasn't that for them, because they saw the weather was good. They didn't see anything else. And then all of a sudden, you know, when they check their little app, their little devices, they say, oh, there's nothing going to happen. Just go over there and do all the scumbag stuff you can do. And then they almost die because their little devices cannot predict the weather anymore. When they say, oh it's already 11. Let me let this play.
A few runners were treated for hypothermia, and one individual was treated for hypothermia and a minor injury due to a fall, but all were treated and released at the scene.
So we're very fortunate that there were no serious injuries today, but the conditions were such that if the race organizers hadn't notified us early and if our personnel hadn't got up there very quickly, we could have had some people in real trouble today.
Sheriff Kelly also emphasized that these search and rescue crews, they are just volunteers and they gave a lot of time to help those in need, also saying that these crews are very prepared for things like this. Sheriff's office also saying that early call that they got from organizers likely helped keep those injuries as minor as they were. As at about 7 this afternoon, search and rescue crews were still on the mountainside packing up and making sure everything was clear. So a long day for them, but thankfully no one had any lasting injuries and everyone tonight is home safely. In North Salt Lake, Spencer Joseph, Fox.
All praises to the Most High, okay? Yeah, October 9th, you know, the thing is like the snow is all over, brothers. Okay, so those people cannot enjoy the weather. They cannot enjoy the blessing anymore. The Most High is using the weather to shoo them away. All right. This is in Oklahoma. Okay, that's a tornado. They don't know what it is though. They really don't know. They just say possibly there's a tornado that went over there and did this damage. but they really don't know what's going on. That happened like right now, like today. Okay, that happened today. This is a storms and possible tornado rips through Oklahoma. And then remember, those things, they are not reporting this. Okay, all right. A hailstorm Sunday evening shattered windows and dented cars in Norman, south of Oklahoma City, according to news outlets. Okay, again, this is plague number 6. Is that thing even recorded? Did I pause it? Nah, it is recorded. Okay, plague number 6, increase of hail and snow. A hailstorm Sunday evening shattered windows and dented cars in Norman, south of Oklahoma, according to news outlets. Okay, that's what that is, man. This thing is all over, brethren. You cannot stop this. Men do not control the weather. Men cannot do this. This is of the Most High. Yeah, when those people are looking at this and they are perplexed, they don't know what's going on. They're watching this, they're like, what the hell is going on there? What is this? What happened? Okay, look at the car, man. Look at this. Alright? Alright, so yeah. We give the Most High praise, glory for all of those things that happen. Alright? In the meantime, it's already 11 o'clock. Let me just, which you already watched. Okay, you already watched. Let me set up the prayer right quick. Let me set up the prayer. So, today is the 11th. There you go. I got the prayer for 11th, which you already watched. We'll discuss. Oops. Why they need me to verify it's me? It's already me. They've been doing this a lot, man. I gotta freeze this. All right. They got this. So, yeah, it's certain things, certain security stuff that I think I put in there, and things like that. Okay. All right. Let me see what we're gonna call the prayer today. Michael and the Miss, because of the whole. Okay. Oops. Put Michael. And the mist. Alright, we will discuss what happened over there, and again, you already watched it. You know, this is like you know what, let me there's a prayers, there's the playlist and stuff. Okay, so let me just finish it up everything. All right, the prayer is already set up and everything is good to go. You already watched the prayer, so at 12 o'clock, again, this is pre-recorded and you guys will see this. Let us keep on moving. What? This video is private? Crap, what happened here? Sheesh, what's going on there? Did they already put this video? Give me a second. Oh boy, not quite sure what's going on here. I'm not quite sure what was this video, but it's private. I think somebody sent it to me. Well, it's private. I'm not quite sure.
And it's a frustrating morning for Southwest airline travelers whose flights are canceled.
Christine McClarty live for us this morning at Tampa International. And Christine, is this situation getting any better or is it getting worse?
It is only getting worse by the hour. We are now up to 17 Southwest flights, both arriving and departing, that have been canceled this morning. Just take a look at this screen over here. Look at the right side there. All those cancellations in red popping up. This comes as the airline canceled nearly 2,000 flights over the weekend nationwide, creating many upset travelers.
Yeah, so they really don't want to tell the truth. They really don't want to tell the people why those things are being canceled, why they don't have enough people to do this thing, and something is going on up there, you know. And again, we know the Most High is doing this because of the whole holiday things going on. We'll see when they have the holiday surge. We'll see what's going on. Okay.
I'm ready to cry. I've never been in this situation before. What makes it even more stressful is that we're so far away from home. We're from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Good luck, guys.
Cynthia Dayish and Derek Lee say their 6 a.m. flight this morning was canceled at 5 a.m. and can't be rescheduled until Wednesday. The couple says after a great weekend at Disney, the Bucks and Rays games.
There you go. Great weekend at Disney. Enjoying that blessing. All right, then.
They are now frustrated and stressed out. Southwest Airlines is blaming disruptive weather and air traffic control issues, but the FAA says those issues were limited to Friday afternoon.
Traffic. Oh, yeah, the weather is acting strange and stuff like that. And okay, all right, well, then that could be something, but you have to tell the truth out there.
Now thousands of travelers are being forced to change their plans.
I'm devastated and I'm kind of scared. I mean, like I said, this is new territory for us. We've never had this happen. You hear stories about it all the time.
But we never been in this situation. We always hear people getting caught up into Hish, but until we got caught up into it.
The financial part is the big issue.
If you're flying Southwest, be sure to check your status online before coming to the airport. Now, Dayish says that she's very upset because they have a dog rescue operation that she has to get back to before Wednesday. So,
yeah, so thank you, Christine McLealty. Thank you. So, as you can see, brothers, the Most High is messing up everything. Those people can't do anything in peace anymore. They can do it. They can excuse me. They can go anywhere, enjoy anything in peace. The Most High is disrupting everything now.
At Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Today marks the second straight day of mass cancellations for Southwest. The airline is blaming a number of issues, but many are speculating this is the result of an employee protest over COVID vaccines. Either way, plenty of passengers are stranded tonight as they work to find alternate ways to their destination. Southwest Airlines canceling hundreds of flights on Sunday. The low-fare airline says air traffic control issues.
Low fare. Southwest Airlines is a low fare. All right, then.
And bad weather are to blame. At least 53 flights were canceled by Southwest in Atlanta. Sunday marks the second straight day of mass cancellations for the airline.
And maybe an hour before my flight was to take off, got a text message saying that the flight was canceled.
Dr. Amber Evans was stuck in Denver where she had a layover from San Diego to Atlanta. In an internal email to employees, Southwest Executive VP Alan Cashier says in part, quote, as we've seen before, an unexpected number of delays ultimately leads to a staffing shortage. But Dr. Evans says a gate agent told her otherwise.
It was the first day of the vaccine mandate, and so they lost half of their workforce.
All praises to the Most High. All praise. You don't want to tell the people the truth. You don't want to tell them what's really going on out there. Or it's the weather, certain things over there. Ley line and stuff. Have you been seeing the news lately? Certain hash over there. Okay. All right. Well, all right.
And so they had to cancel flights based on that.
Other passengers also hearing reports of limited staffing. Teresa Smith's flight from Miami to Denver was canceled today.
I've heard it's a personnel shortage, so yeah, just not enough labor.
So again, 354 over there. But and those people is just like they really don't want to tell the truth. A lot of people are not taking this ish. A lot of people are leaving. A lot of people are no more. And you guys want to force this thing and do that scumbag stuff, and certain people will just comply, but certain of them will just leave. Try to force this. Keep forcing this. You're hurting yourself, which is good. Keep forcing this garbage. That's what happened here.
For the flights.
Last week, Southwest Airlines announced it would mandate COVID-19 vaccines in compliance with federal requirements. Employees must be fully vaccinated by December 8th, a requirement that's not sitting well with all of them. The Southwest Airlines Pilots Association calling this weekend's cancellations the result of poor planning and stating, quote, "We can say with confidence that our pilots are not participating in any official or unofficial job actions."
Yeah, whatever. Whatever you said, man. This thing is all over the place.
Of Staten Island, an 18-year-old is facing murder charges this morning in his mother's shooting death. Police say the incident also left his father wounded. CBS 2's John Diaz joins us live from outside the police station in New Dorp, where the young man is being held. John?
Sydney police telling us that 18-year-old will be walked out of the 122nd Police Precinct sometime later on today and transported over to Central Booking. Now, it is still unclear as to why.
This man's name is New Dorp or the place name is New Dorp? I believe the place name is New Dorp. Anyway, he's 18 years old, so yeah, whatever.
Exactly, this Staten Island man committed such heinous crimes, allegedly. However, though, the NYPD telling us that it all stemmed from a domestic dispute. Now, according to authorities, yesterday around 6:30 at night, 18-year-old Adnan Pelankovic got into a fight with his parents at their home over on Burbank Avenue in the New Dorp section of Staten Island. As you can see here in this video, it is now a police crime scene. Now, when police arrived, they say that they found his mother, Minari Pelankovic, suffering from a severe chest injury after she was shot. Now, EMS transported her to the hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. Police say that the teen's 54-year-old father was also hurt. He had
So this dude is 18 years old. He shot and killed his mother, and he shot his father. Plague number 9. Plague number 9, execution by the sword. 18, 1 plus 8 equals 9. His father is 54. 5 plus 4 equaled 9. Then again, plague number 9, destruction. You can't make that up.
a cut on his chest, but refused medical attention, and we are told he will be okay. As for Adnan, he was taken into custody right there at the scene, and a gun was recovered. Now, we are told that he does face a long list of charges, including murder, attempted murder, and assaults. We're live this morning from New Dorp, Staten Island. John Diaz, CBS 2 News.
All right, New Dorp is like the place, Staten Island. Yeah. See, a lot of children are taking out their, this is matricide right there. Is that what that is? Matricide? Matricide.
Here's the definition of matricide: the killing of one's mother.
Okay, that's not what that is. A person who kills their mother, that's what that is, matricide. But the killing of one's mother is somebody, anyway, whatever. Yeah, matricide. You know, a person who kills their own mother, okay, their mother. And patricide is father. Is that what that is? Patricide.
Here's the definition of patricide: the killing of one's father.
Yes. Yeah. What about infanticide? Infanticide. No, not emphasize.
Here's the definition of emphasize: give special. Here's the definition of emphasize.
Anyway, brothers,
give special importance or prominence to something in speaking or.
Yeah, shut up. So, a lot of kids are taking their parents out. A lot of parents are taking their kids out. You know, plague number 9 is heavy. And this dude, wait a minute. They didn't show me the face of that guy. They had the face of this dude. Where is he?
Of Staten Island, an 18-year-old is facing murder charges this morning.
Let me see. They had that dude in there somewhere. They had this dude. Okay, teen charge. Okay. Is it this one? Oh, somebody died in a helicopter crash? Wow, so many things are happening in New York, but okay, so that's the latest one. Man, Southwest Airlines is all over. You know what? Let's watch the helicopter crash, and then see what's going on over there. And the helicopter crash first.
To Orange County now, and a deadly helicopter crash. New York State Police say this happened around 3:30 this afternoon in Cornwall near Storm King Mountain and Route 218. The pilot was the only person on board. A witness hiking nearby describes what he heard moments before the chopper went down.
We literally heard it fly overhead and then boom, like explosions. It sounded like 8 shotgun blasts went off at once. It was
loud boom again. Okay, loud boom. Plague number 10. Okay, thunder voices. Just a giant boom. And then I don't know why those guys would be hikers, but anyway, so that's
loud. It didn't sound like a normal helicopter.
The FAA and
they are telling the truth, brothers. That is because what take this helicopter down, it's not the crash. It's just the ley line, the boom tube, okay? Listen to say he didn't sound like a normal crash because they know it, all right?
Before the chopper went down.
We literally heard it fly overhead and then boom, like explosions. It sounded like 8 shotgun blasts went off at once. It was loud. It didn't sound like a normal helicopter.
The FAA and NTSB are investigating the cause of the crash.
All right, then. So that's good. That's good. What the hell is going on here? Big Greek fire. East Loop, Market Street. There's a fire. Man, there's so much things going on. All right. Let's watch the update of this 18-year-old fellow. I believe is that this one right here? Okay, let's see what's going on here. The update.
Reaction tonight from a Staten Island community upended by sudden and tragic violence. An 18-year-old is accused of gunning down his own mother and injuring his father. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner reports from the New Dorp neighborhood.
A bullet hole in the front window, a sign of the now broken family of Manira Palinkovich. Police say the 51-year-old mother of 4 was fatally shot in the chest by her youngest son, 18-year-old Adnan Palinkovich, Saturday night just before 6:30.
The kindest, sweetest soul.
The NYPD says it stemmed from a domestic dispute inside the family's home on Burbank Avenue. The father, 54.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. You maybe they mentioned this before. I could not hear. Let me put it a little bit clearer again. You can't make this up. You can't. You cannot, brothers. How are you making this up? Please tell me, beloved, are we making this up? Are we somehow, some way manipulated software and then, coding things? You literally see this here. Well, it's not live. It's pre-recorded, but we don't edit the video. Burbank. SSG Michael H. Olives or Ali or whatever that is. Way. Michael Way. The Archangel Michael is in the midst. The great prince stand up for the people of the Most High in this great time of trouble. There will be a time of trouble. And Michael, the great prince, will stand there and fight for the people of the Most High. And we know the Archangel Michael did this, man. All praises to the Most High, man. You cannot make this up, brothers. It's amazing how the Most High put things in there, man. All praises, man. You can't make this up, man. Give the Most High praise and glory, brothers. The angels are reporting back unto us. Okay? The angels are reporting back unto the people. All praises to the Most High. All right? Let's listen to this again.
6:30. The kindest, sweetest soul.
The NYPD says it stemmed from a domestic dispute inside the family's home on Burbank Avenue. The father, 54-year-old Enver Palinkovich, suffered a non-life-threatening laceration to the chest. Police arrested the son a few blocks away and recovered the gun.
Where did the kid get the gun?
The NYPD is investigating where.
The kid, this man is 18 years old.
But the criminal complaint says Adnan told detectives, "I shot at my dad," and said, "I did try to kill them," referring to both parents.
It's very sad, dealing with a son that can do something like that to his parents, and the only thing I can think of is that it's a kind of mental illness.
Nah, that's not what that is. These dude wanted to kill them. That's not what that is.
Neighbors on the block tell us they have not had any issues with the family in the past. One told us that the son, the suspect in this case, did stop going to school several years ago.
Oh,
they had him tested for a lot of things, but he's kind of, well, he's very reclusive, extremely reclusive, to the point where he didn't even attend. He's homeschooled.
Okay, reclusive. We have to know what those people are saying. Okay, could be, secluded or seclusive, but anyway, reclusive.
Here's the definition of reclusive: avoiding the company of other people, solitary.
Yeah, solitary, secluded would have been better, but anyway, secluded, reclusive is
reclusive.
Good. Okay, isolated. He was an isolated person, a hermit-like, cloistered, sequestered. He doesn't want people around him. Somehow, some way. Oh, hey, the recluse spider. Did the beloved sister Lisa Cabra made a story about one of those spider bit a cap in his mouth? Is that what that is? Let me see. I think that's what that is. Let me see. I think the sister did. She recently made a story. There you go. Yeah, he was bit by a recluse spider. Yeah, she just made this video.
Supporting local Black-owned farms and
is.
What is this? Yeah, is that a cop? I'm not quite sure. Sherry Maddox was bit by a brown recluse. This is egg number 7. Wild beast will be that grave. Yeah, I think I was watching this, and then when I see the recluse, a reclusive spider bit her in the lips. Okay, I thought that was a police officer. I think I read this. I thought that was a Sheriff Maddox was bit by a brown recluse on the lips. Wow. Well, that's free surgery right there. You people always pumping stuff in your lips, so the spider give you a free surgery at no cost. All right. Okay, all right. So again, like I said, I don't like to, to swagger jack the sister. If you want the stuff, you go over there and then, you find out, what the sister is doing. Go read it. But wow, this is unbelievable, man. All praises, man. Okay, this fellow was really reclusive. He didn't want to get close to people. All right.
He's very reclusive. Extremely reclusive, to the point where he didn't even attend. He's homeschooled.
Neighbors say grandparents live there too, but are currently in their native Montenegro. They are heartbroken for them, as well as Manira's other children and husband.
She's like a...
Wait, they are native of Montenegro, okay, which is a country in Europe, right? Is that what that is? Mount Negro, it's meaning Mount Black Man, Define Montenegro.
Here is some information about Montenegro. Montenegro is a Balkan country with rugged mountains, medieval villages, and a narrow strip of beaches along its Adriatic coastline.
Yeah, Black Mountain, Black Mountain. It's just like there is a country. Montenegro is a Balkan country with rugged mountains, medieval villages, and Mao. Those are all land over there anyway. So, yeah.
Little gentle dove, very quiet, soft-spoken. They're very good people.
Adnan Pelinkovic has been remanded without bail and faces...
Yeah, this dude is a very quiet dude. He's 18. He doesn't want people around him. Somehow the mother say, "Get a job, you scum." And then he say, "My job is a hitman." And pop the mother. We know Michael did this. All praises to the Most High, Yeah.
Faces several charges, including murder, attempted murder, and criminal possession of a weapon. In the New Dorp section of Staten Island, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
Yeah, so we got that update. What's going on here? 13-year-old who tried to commit suicide after getting bullied has died. Okay, that's happened 2-3 months ago. Yeah, there are so many things happening in New York right now. That's the guy that sexually one hell than this. Sexually assaulted a 12-year-old girl on a bus. How did this happen? You don't know. On a bus, you rape somebody on the bus. I don't know. Boy, what else we need update. There was a plane crash, the helicopter crash, so many things. Oh, this woman dies though. We're gonna take this, okay? Madonna spotted in Harlem after performing at Red. Madonna was in Harlem. Is that what that is? Harlem. You guys took over Harlem now. Is that what? Let me see this. Let me see.
The Queen of Pop was spotted in Harlem late Friday night, where she led a group of fans to church.
Oh, boy. Okay, she led a group of fans to church. You got this hall over there, bringing a bunch of more other spiritual halls going to a church. Is that what that is? And then we're wondering why people are being destroyed over there.
The Queen of Pop was spotted in Harlem late Friday night, where she led a group of fans to church. Madonna walked with a crowd down 125th Street to a church, performing like a prayer with a brass band. The late-night impromptu performance came after Madonna took the stage at the Red Rooster. She posted photos showing her singing.
Red Rooster? Oh, okay.
Singing on a piano while John Batiste, the band leader for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, played. It was all to celebrate the release of her film Madam X on Paramount Plus, Viacom CBS's streaming service.
There you go. There you go, brothers. Okay, so and we will not be surprised when our people are being destroyed in Harlem, and then people are saying, "Oh, black women targeted, or they are targeting our people and stuff." No, man. Boy, I could just take New York and then do a whole thing on New York only. Massive fire tears up through Bronx apartment building. All right, let's take that one last. I promise. Let's take this one, and then we will that one. Okay, just this one.
A developing story out of the Bronx this morning. The FDNY says a massive fire tore through 4 apartment buildings overnight. Residents woke up to smoke and frantic screams to escape. CBS 2's John Diaz joins us live from the scene in the Mott Haven section with more. John?
Sydney, it took almost 170 firefighters to get this fire under control. As you can see right here behind me, this is the aftermath here. All these windows now blown out, but it was also the neighbors that rushed out here to the scene as well, helping to get everyone out safely. Fearless firefighters working hard Friday night to extinguish a heavy fire in the Bronx. You could see flames pouring out of the roof of 418 East 143rd Street and smoke swallowing the sky above. Fire officials say when they arrived to the apartment building around 10 o'clock at night, it was contained to that one building, but not for long.
The fire was pretty advanced on arrival in 418, and we quickly learned that it had spread already to 416.
The 4-alarm fire quickly engulfed a total of 4 apartment buildings and sent pandemonium across the area. Luckily, no one was injured, due in part to this woman.
I was coming from my grandmother's wake, and we saw like smoke here in the lamp, and I got out and I smelled it.
Jacqueline Moncasino lives across the street. She and her sister carried out the ultimate neighbor duty, calling 911 and then springing into action.
My sister and I, we started banging on doors. We called the fire department. We started getting everybody out, and then eventually the flames came and it took the top floor.
And you're a Bronx superhero. Hello, girl.
No, man, it's just the right thing to do, Okay. Everybody can take care of each other.
All right, plague number 2. Fiery conflagration of the cities. Massive fire, man. All praises. All right, I did promise one thing. So, how long we are into this thing right here? Oh boy, 2 hours. We have to start the prayer. All right, let us rush this right quick so I can finish.
But first tonight, a heartbroken family sharing tragic news. A nurse from New Jersey, injured when she was shoved to the ground by a mugger in Times Square, has died.
Wait.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Joe Torres. Police say the suspect had just robbed a 29-year-old woman of her cell phone and was getting away when he pushed the second victim to the ground.
58-year-old Maria Ambrosio of Bayonne struck her head on the pavement and was rushed to Bellevue Hospital. Her family told us tonight that she was taken off of life support. Eyewitness News reporter Naveen Dhaliwal spoke to the victim's family.
She was the light of the family.
She is kind and very giving.
Tonight, Maria Ambrosio's family.
Okay, so I think they are Filipinos, a group of, I'm not quite sure, but they look more bites to me. But yeah, that guy they rob and pushing, those people have been catching hell lately. You see this.
He is stunned that they're by her hospital bedside.
This is something that you just see in the movie. This is not something that is going to happen to your family.
Exactly, something you see happen to black folks, the children of the Lord, until it happened to you.
For more than 24 hours, the 58-year-old fought hard for her life, but the odds were against her.
I'm more than heartbroken.
Her best friend, Amelia Cruz, can't make sense of it.
We traveled together, we worked together, we had fun together.
Amelia was there when it happened. The lifelong friends, both nurses, were in Times Square after lunch Friday when police say a man who had just stolen a cell phone knocked down Maria. She went down hard.
I heard a big tug. I said, oh my God.
Okay, her last name Amelia Cruz. Cruz means crucifix, cross.
And when I looked at her, I saw her blouse and I couldn't.
Wow. Plague number one, sorrow, man. A lot of people are dying, brothers. A lot of them are dying. Like weird reason, weird way they are dying.
I said, I'm dying. I said to her, wake up, Ning. I call her Ning. Ning, wake.
She never woke up again.
She is gonna be taking off the respirator.
Oh boy.
And we're gonna let her go in peace.
Here at Bellevue, Maria's family is having an unimaginable tough time saying goodbye to such a strong, inspirational woman, but they want the man who did this to her to pay. And Jermaine Foster is being charged for 2 separate incidents, not only for stealing that cell phone, but also breaking into an apartment.
I want justice.
They want him behind bars for the lifelong pain he has caused for taking such a precious life.
Hopefully, he stays where, he can be, taken out for a long time.
In Kips Bay.
All praises, man. All praises. There's judgment. Satan's collecting soul. A lot of scumbags out there. If you're not under the Most High's wing, you are not protected. All praises.
Well, a man from Aranac County faces charges for allegedly making threats to state officials over voicemail.
Grant Harms reports investigators say the calls centered around his frustration over unemployment.
The voicemails are angry and upsetting and are the latest in a relentless wave of threats to Michigan officials, specifically Michigan women in power this year. The calls were made to the governor's constituent hotline, filled with obscenity and rage. Local 4 obtaining the calls from a Freedom of Information request from Michigan State Police.
Do I need to pull out my guns and go down there and shoot every member in that unemployment agency?
That's right. Give me the name of this man. Yeah, release the name of this gangster. This dude, do I need to? Hey, man, they're not playing, man. People think those guys like this are playing, man. Do I need to come over there and start shooting, Jiffy Pop? Do I need to start? What you, nigga? What up with you? Y'all niggas want me to drive by over there and check y'all? Okay.
The caller, identifying himself as Doug Melrose, the 57-year-old from Twinning, blamed the...
Doug Melrose, he's 57 years old. Oh, praise. Doug don't play, man. They're holding Doug money out, man. Doug like, hey, man, you ain't gonna do the dog like this, man. Give me that money, man. Yes. Yeah.
Do I need to pull out my guns and go down there and shoot every member in that unemployment agency?
The caller, identifying himself as Doug Melrose, the 57-year-old from Twinning, blamed the loss of his job and repeated problems with unemployment payments on Governor Whitmer, his anger growing over the course of the message.
Now I don't have a job, don't have no money, and you are responsible.
You are responsible. It's not me, it's you. I don't have a job. I don't have money. You guys are responsible. And I'm not going to live like that hard knock life. I was blessed by Isaac with the sword and the dew of the earth. I'm supposed to have the best, They're holding up on Doug, man. What the hell?
So you will get your gear and you get on that horse and you give me my money or I'm gonna come down there and start shooting. Do I make myself clear?
Melrose then called again, much more subdued, but he again threatened the lives of state employees.
Call me back and help me out with this unemployment.
Doug need that. Doug need that money, man. Hey, Doug don't play this. Doug don't play that shit. Doug like, yo, hey man, what is going on, man? Hey, y'all sending me this money, man. Or I go over there and then start blasting on you fools, man. Hey, they are not playing, brothers. They are not playing, okay?
Or otherwise, I'm going to go in and shoot everybody in the unemployment office and kill them.
The calls are the latest in a year of threatening voicemails left for Michigan women in office. Back in February, 2 men were charged with threatening Senator Debbie Stabenow. Then in June, another man threatened Stabenow and Representative Alyssa Slotkin. Last December, Detroit State Representative Cynthia Johnson released a pair of racist and threatening voicemails sent to her. Most recently, a Detroit man was sentenced to 5 years probation for threatening Attorney General Dana Nessel and Governor Whitmer. And certainly the most public, a plot to kidnap and kill Governor Whitmer made public by the FBI. Each call spurred by anger over COVID restrictions and the 2020 election. Michigan State Police were able to track down Melrose and arrest him last month. The 57-year-old has been charged with making a terroristic threat, a crime punishable up to 20 years in prison. Melrose was arraigned in county court and is being held in a $500,000 bond.
Wow. That's serious? 20 years, 500,000. Wow. All praises to the Most High, man. Woo.
Debbie Nadler lost her son to a drug overdose at just 28 years old. She's now making sure that no other parent goes through what she's been experiencing for the past 3 years by teaching families and kids the importance of prevention. Debbie Nadler is still grieving after losing her 28-year-old.
There we go. Debbie, Deborah. Is that Debbie Deborah? Is that what that is? What's a nickname for Deborah?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
Okay. Deborah Hebrew is a feminine given name derived from Devorah, which a Hebrew word meaning bee. Deborah was a heroine prophetess. She was a judge, okay, aka Big Brother, okay. Nicknames Debs, Debbie, okay, Debbie, Deborah, Debbie, aka Big Barda.
According to Wikipedia, Big Barda is a fictional superheroine appearing in American comic books published by DC Comics.
Okay, this is the Judge Deborah right there, holding her wand. They had Eva DuVernay making the movie. And that's Big Barda right there. Deborah the judge, Mr. Miracle, her husband in the Bible. I would love to read the book of Deborah, and beautiful Judge Deborah. All praises, man. So that's what happened, Deborah. And then, evergreen tree. Is that what that is? Oh boy, I don't have that time to explain all those things. All right, let's go. Evergreen tree, the Christmas tree over there. You already know what's going on. Let's go.
Year-old son, Brett, to a drug overdose in 2018.
Don't ever say not my child. Brett was a straight-A student. He had everything going for him.
But when she hears overdose statistics each year, it hits extra hard. In 2020, 788 people in Nevada died from overdoses, up from 510 in 2019.
I'm not going to say I'm surprised. I'm going to say I'm upset.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
It's very disturbing. It's very emotionally upsetting.
Yeah, so... Yeah, man. So they are seeing this, their children of the OD and then dying on this thing. When that thing was in our people, so you guys were, bringing more prison and more cops. There you go, 55%. Okay.
Nadler is now making it her mission to connect with other parents to spread awareness about what she wishes she knew about addiction before it was too late.
Arguing when they don't argue, grades dropping. Nodding off.
and to get into middle schools to teach prevention. She says she believes kids are starting to experiment with drugs at younger ages. In 2019, 38 people under 25 died from overdoses. That number more than tripled last year to 106.
If we don't talk about it and we don't do something and we don't prevent it and focus on prevention and education.
What about arresting those people and then killing them? What about putting them in jail and jailing them, like imprison them for life because they're freaking criminal? What happened to that?
They're going to keep rising. The numbers are going to keep going up because our kids are going to start using younger and younger and younger.
Nadler tells me she's trying to normalize conversations surrounding mental health. 1 in 2 people who died of an overdose last year suffered from some sort of mental health crisis.
Of course, that's what that is. All praises to the Most High, man. Thanks, we do.
News that we are following very closely is some disturbing details in the death of a 7-year-old boy who starved to death back in February.
And today, police announced charges against 2 people. CBS 2's Dave Carlin has more.
7-year-old Peter Quick has died of starvation and neglect, said investigators, announcing second-degree murder charges for 39-year-old Letitia Bravo, believed to be the...
Letitia Bravo, and we know Bravo mean Bravo Mike, okay? Letitia Bravo, okay? Boy, I don't have time for this, but Bravo Mike. There you go. Blackmail in police radio lingo, another violent crime against a white person, the newspaper, okay? Bravo Mike mean blackmail, all right? So this lady, her last name is Bravo, okay?
39-year-old Letitia Bravo.
She's 39, 3 plus 9, 12. Letitia Bravo.
Believed to be the boy's mother. She is now behind bars. When she brought the boy from the Newburgh apartment they shared to a hospital on February 10th, he was lifeless and shockingly small, said Orange County District Attorney David Hoovler.
He weighed 37 pounds.
Wow.
And he was 7 years old. I don't think there needs to be much more said than that.
All right, David. Okay, perfection. So no, he was like 37, and the apartment is 135. The destruction is all over, and then number 12 right there, it's all over.
He said the medical examiner's findings led them not only to Bravo, who had primary custody of the boy, but also his father, Arturo Cuecas, who lived elsewhere and had the boy with him every Saturday. The father is charged with criminally negligent homicide. Investigators say he should have intervened. Some members of Newburgh's community held a series of vigils here on William Street, demanding justice for the boy.
It's hard to see a kid be treated like that.
It's too close to home. It's sad. He used to play at the bus stop all the time before the corona came.
The investigation found the boy was allegedly an abused prisoner in his own home.
It is alleged that Bravo kept Peter locked and secreted in a bedroom behind door, locked from the outside since January 2021.
The boy had not logged into his classes, but when asked if there was an alarming lack of follow-up by Newburgh schools, the district attorney had this response.
Something definitely has to be looked at by both my office and internally in the city of Newburgh. But again, we have seen time and time again that during COVID, it was a learning experience for everybody.
Today's justice for him.
Yeah, so what they are seeing here, brothers, this thing did a hell of a lot of damage, man. It's like people are bending their children. This little boy was 7 years old, and he's no more, okay? He's no more because, somebody, got killed, they die. All praises, man.
The U.S. Navy says one of its attack submarines struck an unknown object while submerged in the South China Sea. The incident happened last Saturday, but was not publicly disclosed until yesterday for security reasons.
Yeah,
Navy officials say it's not yet clear what the USS Connecticut hit, but they say it was not another submarine. Nearly a dozen sailors were hurt, but they're all expected to be okay. The submarine remains fully operational. Damage is still being assessed.
Yeah, you guys hit something in there. You hit something in there, and then you don't want to tell the public what you hit, and your radar could not see this giant pet, That Most High pet down there. All praises.
Surveillance images document the scary moments officials say Raquel Boisette attempted to commit murder in the first degree. The incident occurred at a Lauderdale Metro by T-Mobile. News that has those who work close by alarmed.
I'm shocked, yes. It's no good for anybody.
According to Lauderdale police,
Okay, Raquel Boisette, they are Haitian over there. Crazy people.
Boisette used to work at the location but was fired. Police documents say she blamed her former manager and accused him of ruining her life. But on Friday, she allegedly took that blame to the next level, returning to her former job and shooting him. In surveillance images, you can see her pointing the gun at the manager, whose name is not being released, and him running for his life. Police say the bullet went through his arm and into his chest. There's even a blood trail from the cash register leading to the bathroom where he eventually took cover. He's currently in the hospital and his condition is unknown. And while no one else was injured, those who frequent the area say they have major concerns.
We were walking by, anybody got shot. I got a store here. I'm working every day. I eat every day over there with them. Next door. I'm next door. It's my friend. Only time I do.
Yeah, I know a lot of here. You know, this place specifically, it's crazy, man. I shot a music video there. Let me see if I can get it. All praises. Yeah, so back in 2014, I shot a music video there. And this parking lot. Crazy things, man. We won this parking lot. We shot a video there, and then people got shot there. Let me see, right here. And seems to me every place that I visited now, people are getting killed in those places, man. People are getting killed over there. All praises to the Most High, man. Crazy things. Yeah.
Only time I do service with them.
And that was CBS 4's Bobette Yates report.
All praises to the Most High, man. Let us move in. Whatever. You guys are dropping this thing. You are doing this stuff, and you are catching hell. The sword is in the land. All praises to the Most High, YAHAWAH. Next.
One person was killed, 14 injured after gunfire erupted at a St. Paul bar. The shooting happened just after midnight at the 7th Street Truck Park. People inside the bar recounted the terror.
And as you look around, everyone's around like, I'm hit. You know, there's a couple people that are hit. And you're just trying to check on yourself, making sure you're okay.
Friends identifying the victim to us as Markeisha Wiley, a beloved animal care worker. One close friend tells me that Markeisha was magnetic and she is being remembered for being bright, joyful, and supportive. The shooting happened on the busy West 7th Street area of St. Paul, where many bars were still open. Kate Raditz shares how local business owners are feeling about the safety of the area.
7th Street, okay.
The shooting happened at a popular West 7th Street bar where businesses have been struggling during the pandemic but have finally been getting in a groove again as events have been coming back and bringing life back to St. Paul.
I'm not stunned, but I certainly was surprised because you just don't see things like this happen in St. Paul.
Patrick Bamer owns Patrick McGovern's pub across the street.
My reaction was sadness because
pub across the street. Patrick Bamer.
This dude's name is Patrick, and this number is right behind him. So Patrick, aka Paul, he owns stuff, and then they are telling you, man, this thing is in their neighborhood now.
Owns Patrick McGovern's pub across the street.
My reaction was sadness because I've been here 40 years, and in 40 years I've never seen anything like this.
40 years, Patrick, in the wilderness, okay?
Just last month, the city of St. Paul announced that crime was at its lowest point over the last 5 years.
Everybody's heartbroken, especially in St. Paul, people that have been here for a long time.
Caseta's owner Dave Caseta says business owners along West 7th have been trying to address safety amid growing concerns over the last year.
We really would like the administration to start addressing this stuff, all of us.
Yeah, I couldn't really pass this guy, man. This guy's, anyway. This guy remind me of that food doctor that I went with that massive snaz anyway. So.
The residents and the business owners, right? It's heartbreaking.
St. Paul Mayor Melvin Carter released a statement saying, in part, our community is devastated by the shocking scenes from last night as our St. Paul officers work to bring those responsible for these senseless acts into custody. Our work to build more proactive and comprehensive public safety strategies is more urgent than ever. Minneapolis businesses have felt the impact of patrons feeling unsafe to come downtown, leaving some wondering if St. Paul could experience a similar effect from this mass shooting.
Do I think that could be a concern? Yes, because nobody wants to be in a position where they're not safe.
In St. Paul, Kate Raddish.
All praises, man. All right, now as an air mess, a bunch of people got 2/3 are giving them hell, man.
Our team coverage continues live this morning. Shayla Reeves, more from people who call this area home. Shayla.
Yeah, good morning to you, Jason. Right now, people are trying to make sense of what happened, their neighborhood turning into a crime scene. We caught up with residents and bar goers after the shooting at the 7th Street truck park. Some say they're stunned, concerned about safety, and trying to make sense of it all.
It was just scary. Never seen something like this around here. It's hoping it's not going to be something that continues to happen.
I'm shook up, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's not every day you are in a bar that gets shot up.
Now, Lucas Knudsen lives above the bar and says he's never seen anything like this before. In fact, he was getting ready for bed when he heard that gunfire. And right now he's still trying to process what he witnessed, this whole shooting, leaving him shaken. Jason?
For sure. Shayla Reeves live this morning. Thank you.
All praises to the Most High. They never seen this in their neighborhood. Now you do.
As a police chief of Alamo, Georgia, I have never experienced a grief that I have felt since Officer Dylan Harrison's life was taken in our small, quiet town. Officer Harrison was a husband, a son, and more importantly, he was a father of a 6-month-old boy. His life was taken from him for simply doing his job. Despite the sadness that we have endured,
First day.
I have found a sense of pride in seeing
that was his first day on the job. He got clipped, okay?
Everyone pulled together to right this tragic wrong. Thank you to my staff, the City of Alamo, for your continued support under these circumstances, and finally to the public safety community near and far. I want you to know that I am humbled by your public service and applaud your dedication to always standing on the side of right in the face of a world of wrong. We will never forget Officer Harrison.
So,
and the fact.
Okay, all praises. This guy first day on the job, he got clipped. Okay, so we give the Most High praises and glory. So I gotta get this going on, and because it's already time for me to start the prayer. Beloved brothers and sisters, there are so many things I didn't even bring because it's so much happening out there. Okay, so we got this guy Wes. He's hospitalized with blasting the one of those scumbag Negroes. Okay, resident recall shooting led to a crash. Towns evacuated by boat floods on Saturday. 23 displaced. Why there's a shortage of everything right now. LaGuardia Airport emergency after bomb threat. Teen charged with shooting, killing more. Okay, we already did this. Release of video suspects holding gun. Investigation of stuff. 15-year-old dies when car full of teenager flipping Colombia. So many and much more things, we could not bring. At least like I got like at least 400 stuff in there, man. Emails and all that. But since we are in this, so let us finish this. Already 11:59. So fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever.